All right, and there we go. We're live. Hello, everyone. We're back with the Franz This is Still a War campaign. As you saw in the thumbnail, things have, or the situation has improved, although in the current state of things, we do have to take a pretty interesting fight. But in terms of the general map, and I will go over it all after this battle, we have quite a bit of territory now to actually try and defend. The problem now is that Norska is to the north. The dwarves are busy to the east, but to the west there are many an empire force along with the dark elves who will probably eventually start trickling in. Hopefully they'll stay busy with the high elves, but we'll have to see. But yeah, anyways, there we go. There's a recap. And yes, welcome to the stream, everyone. Let's see. Man, I had all of yesterday. I wasn't really able to talk with chat much. So it's pretty nice to be able to finally read all the comments again today. So nice. How's everything doing for you guys? Did anyone here catch the stream yesterday? Of the head-to-head between me and Human Boy? Zalfang, yes. That is indeed a very good position. Big question though. Will I throw that position? And you know, I'm sure I've lost faith, or chat has lost faith in me many a time at this point, in my ability to hold a position. But hopefully we'll be able to redeem ourselves today. Missed it, still have to watch it later on. Alright, sweet. It was a pretty good stream. Pretty good. Also, some of you might have noticed, I have also updated the the membership badges. So you get a tiny little growing tree the longer you are a member. Just a tiny little bonus thing, since using the emotes would be a little bit confusing. I handcrafted them myself with my own blood, sweat, and tears. So hopefully it's alright. But here we go. I'm going for a very, you know, defend the capture point type positioning here. I guess we'll put a few guys on the walls, but overall putting them on the far walls can be a bit risky. Since, you know, once they actually get docked, it can be really hard to unman the walls. We don't want to get caught out just yet. But yeah, the mere fact that we are in Kislev fighting against the Norskas is a very good sign for the campaign indeed. I cannot wait to show off the map to anyone who hasn't seen it yet, because overall it's pretty good. The plan is still to try and complete the campaign before the end of the before the beginning of next week is more accurate. So I only have like what? I have like 7 more days. But a single week left to try and finish this campaign. It's gonna be hard fought. I can feel it. And I'll have to make sure that I'm playing quickly but efficiently. Alright, now in the distance it looks like it is Marauder Champions, very elite Norskan infantry. We also have the mammoths busting on the walls, but I have just a whole line of guns ready to shoot them down. We'll use Heinz as, this isn't Heinz, this is Rocky Balboa. We'll use Rocky Balboa as a means to slow them down, keep them in place, and then hopefully all of my range units can take out these very large targets that are busting through the gates right now. I have a few knights too to act as a source of mass. And with them, I think we're okay. Although I did take a lot of damage on those Empire Knights, which is a bit worrying. You're not sure this battle's going to be a win though. Oh man, we got some lack of confidence. Honestly, I'm not sure either. There's definitely a lot of Norskans. And you know, that's enough to already be a bit of a problem. Just tons and tons of infantry here. But we do have Rocky Balboa here. We do know he is quite strong. Looks like there's a Throg in here too. Let's go ahead and gun him down with our handgunners. Soulfire on all of the infantry. And if we can get a quick Lord snipe here, that would be a pretty good early pick. Throg, though, using his leadership buff, looks like he has the crown, going to be able to help his troops hold a little bit longer, and since mine are starting to break, it's time we bring in a few guys. The ROR Berserkers are shredding my infantry. They are. I definitely want a little bit more in the way of... what's it? I want a little bit more in the way of... Well, I just need more units here, really. There's not much I can really do to slow down those Berserkers. We just gotta make sure that our handgunners can continue to fire. And so far, it looks like they are still able to. My crossbowmen are firing into the Berserkers, which hopefully helps. Oh yeah, I wanted a caster. We don't have a caster, which makes things a lot harder here. Looks like more of them are spilling in. There's a lot of infantry in the far side of the map. But we might still be able to do well here. It depends on how well the mortars do. And whether or not I can take out this mammoth that is just busting right into my lines. Let's see. Oh, I have some more reserve swordsmen. Let's go ahead and start pulling them forwards. And hopefully, they'll be able to stop the tide of Norska coming on in. You very much look forward to other head-to-head campaigns? Same here. Same here. I'm super excited to try out some more with Human Boy. And I won't spoil too much, but our next planned head-to-head campaign is going to be Malekith against Elithanar. So that's Human Boy playing as Malekith against my Elithanar, the good old High Elves. Should be quite exciting. Oh man, I hear a boat. I think Wolfberg just hit me with the boat somewhere, but I didn't see where it landed. Hopefully it didn't do too much damage. The mortars are just firing on in, but with many of these guys starting to pour in, I'm gonna have to pull back a few of my handgunners, and my line of sight is going to be a little bit worse now. We've done a lot of damage, but it's definitely going to be a close one. The thing is, though, even if we do lose this battle, it's not the end of the world. It's just that obviously it'd be nice to have if we could win it. Hello, Lux. Have you done your daily dab yet? I don't know how I feel about that anymore. I don't know. I feel like that's unless I've really entwined my culture. Or like, yeah, if I feel like it's too unnatural if I'm not just a part of the dabbing culture, you know? Maybe one day when I can fully assimilate myself, but not today. Yes, it is a lot of handgunners. This was a primarily handgunner stack. It was meant to mostly kill dwarves. That's the problem. Against the Norskans, it's not nearly as strong since you will have a lot of line of sight issues, so... There we go, a hard-fought siege battle, but looks like Norska will manage to win it off the backs of just a lot of pushing forwards. We do lose Rocky, and I think that's going to be the one battle for Norska. I still have a lot of crossbowmen alive though, so they might as well finish off a few troops while they're at it. Yeah, let's keep it professional. Alright, so there we go. Norska with the victory to start off the day. But a single battle lost is not a war ended. As you will soon see, the map is amazing. Linksy, hello, happy to have you here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you had a great weekend. Oh man, is anyone else excited for the Warhammer 3 news this week, by the way? Since presumably, at least I think someone, I think it was like, oh, what's his face? Simon said on Discord or something? Was it? I'm pretty sure. A lot of people were saying that today was the day where, or not today, but sort of this week was when news would start up again. If that is true, that would be amazing. But I have no idea what they're going to release. If anyone knows, let me know. You think we should be getting something big this week? That's pretty good, but what will it be? Will it be the 9th Legendary Lord? Will it be multiplayer gameplay? Probably not. Will it be, I don't know, speculations abound. Will it be the Northern Chaos Wastes, perhaps? Many a possibility. Okay, now this army took basically no damage. That's a bit of a problem. We did kill Wolfric and Throg, but if this guy decides to siege Prague, he's technically not on a mammoth, so we might be able to just double down and defend Prague. It's just that I don't want to lose this fort. I guess we could hit up this Norskan army and then march towards Prague and try to save it.
I will go.
I wouldn't say dropping like flies, more like you know, rolling down a hill like a boulder on Everest.
Show me the accused.
You think it will be campaign stuff? I would say very likely so.
For Sigma. I am Prince and Emperor. By the comet.
All right. Now, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have to show the map. So, in the current state of things, we have Grimgor constantly trying to attack Mount Gunbad to 2 failures so far out of 2. That has stopped the expansion of the Greenskins because the dwarves are no more. The dwarf tide has been absolutely run over, and they have been reduced to but a handful of settlements. In the meantime, the Tomb Kings have decided to end the entire world at war with most of the Order Tide. Same with Setra, as he is allied with Khalida, and they control about this entire section of the map. Over here we have Talea and the Southern Realms barely clinging on, and Malekith, who actually has quite a few territories now. He's quite terrifying. Over here is the pocket of High Elves trying to fight back, and to the north is Norska, as you can see. The Empire is in complete shambles, but I think with enough work, we'll be able to patch this up and fill it with some red. You do hope it will be Archaon. That'd be pretty cool as the Lord. But alright, you know, that's the current state of things. Right now, Franz has this guy to deal with. And it looks like he might go for Mordheim, maybe some Essen action.
Bring me to my men.
We'll see. I'll have to run him down. He might be a little bit hard to catch. And if I position Franz here, if he runs away deeper into my lanes, he could be very annoying, but I don't have too many options here. Ah, yes, Volkmar was on Operation Destroy Averland. So I think that's their last settlement. And if I can take that out, then that's one less faction to deal with. Essen means eating in German. Nice. But alright, Volkmar with his janky 20 stack, the ultimate budget 20 stack, is gonna just move on in. Gonna go for that Pyrrhic victory. And then we're good. As long as we can actually settle the settlement, which we can. Amazing. So there we go. Averland is now destroyed. Next up on the chopping block is the Nuln folk. I'll want to find some way of dealing with them. And of course we'll need to cut a swath through this land to start kicking out everyone. One interesting plan though. We could use Volkmar to backdoor the Norskans. Most of them have just deployed here. And it means that their mainland probably isn't that defended. Don't expand too fast or you can't hold it. I'm willing to challenge that. You know, I'll make sure I'm being moderate. But right now I think the expansion's going pretty well. The thing is too, remember, we're on a week timer. And by week timer I mean 1 week, not an easy timer. So rapid expansion is going to be the plan if I can actually finish this, if I want to finish this in the next few sessions. Alright, now this settlement, I could have upgraded it to tier 3 for the longest time. I think I still won't, because I can upgrade Karakadrin instead. So we'll leave that there. Meanwhile, in Schwarzhaven, you know, we could get maybe a weaving house in here. Maybe it will live long enough to actually hold, who knows. Maybe some public order, so I don't have to deal with rebellions. And over here, we're not going to upgrade that settlement, otherwise it might proc the dwarves to move in and attack. But otherwise, everything's pretty good. Still at war with everyone. And I believe my tech tree, we can get bonus leadership against Norska. And since we are fighting them quite often, I think I will actually take that. So nice! Catching up on old episodes. Where's my boy Heinz Fluss? Heinz, I think he got wounded recently. I might have actually replaced him with Volkmar to try and get Siege Attacker. But it turns out Volkmar is not a Siege Attacker. It's crazy, guys. So that was a little bit of a problem. But, you know, it means Volkmar gets to crusade a little bit. So, yeah. No new army to replace Rockies. Not just yet. I'll just stockpile some money for a little bit. It'll give me some time to figure out where I want to position that army to. But right now, most of the funding is going towards Volkmar and making new buildings. Yeah, Heinz as well, and still a beast too. Still an absolute menace he is.
I will hear your petition.
All right. Getting lots of peace treaties. That means it's time to reduce public order dramatically. Looks like Norska decided to spare Prague too, which is quite nice for me. Which means that hopefully the beginning of the end of Norska can start. So starting off with this lord. He's not a legendary lord, so he doesn't have that many buffs for the army, and they're gonna get auto-resolved very easily. Pretty good start. There's another army over here that we want to catch with Tinley. And over here, we're not planning to hold Middenheim. We're just taking a bunch of territory with Volkmar. And we'll start off with Salzamund. Hey, and we're completing Franz's quests too. I forgot about that. Yeah, he can definitely win that battle. And is this a good settlement to sack? It is! Oh my goodness. Tons of extra cash inflow. We got lots of good forts here. Very good. And then I think we're going to hit up we're going to hit Norden first. Just so that Nuln is much further south. It'll mean that it's very predictable which location they come from. And we'll see if we can win this battle and do the quest fight. Here we go. I'll go for a sack and occupy type movement, since this is not a high priority settlement. You can see Franz finally has great swords in his army. It's a good day for him. But more importantly, he's about to get the Beast Slayer, which is a very okay-ish weapon. Is that even good? 10 melee attack and extra physical resist versus Galmaraz, which is a bunch of public order. Why would I want this item? Is this just a useless quest? Is this the end of his quest line, guys? Why would I not just have Galmaraz? I feel like this is a ripoff, guys. Are you winning? I think I'm winning. Head-to-head yesterday was awesome to watch. Nice. Happy to hear, man. Let's see. I'm considering right now if I should even do Franz's quest. It's, I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't give a good weapon. Does it lock me into it, though? That's the important part. The quest triggers before Galmaraz. What does that mean? I'm not sure, but I think you can give Beast Slayer to someone else. Okay, sure. Well, let's go ahead and try it out then. Here we go. This one should be a very easy battle. Now I have to kill Blade Singers and I'm sad. Oh no, Thine. Well, hopefully that goes all right. You have inspired me to do it. This is Total War as Alarielle. Nice, nice. Alarielle's position is pretty fun. Lots of high elves that you have to take out at the start. But it does mean you get to secure control of the donut. So that's quite fun. Alright, then there's no one saying anything. Okay.
Hear me now,
there we go.
Men. Brave
Oh, I see. We're meeting the Norskans as they land. I see. Alright. Well, this is pretty fun. Defend yourself against the enemy. Shouldn't be too difficult. Securing the inner donut on turn 50. Pretty sweet. Yeah, I gotta say, the Franz campaign, this one has, we hit a few rough spots early on, I'll say. Which slowed us down for maybe a few hundred turns, but we finally got there, and I'm excited to see if our rapid expansion can continue going. Hopefully it can. Is it possible to make an ogre army with the mercenaries? It is possible. I think Dame Offensive actually made, did or is doing a campaign run, that is that, where she only recruits ogre mercenaries. Yeah, we're gonna run into Heinz soon, guys. I think as soon as I get that next army going, we should be able to get Heinz in there. He'll be able to do great. Alright. This is just mostly marauders, right? Like, this is not much to really worry about. But alright. The thing about these quest battles, though, they have a really bad habit of sending units in behind your army midway through the battle. It seems like the standard mix-up that they usually go for here. So we're gonna try and be wary of that. Let's see, how's this infantry doing? Can I engage them? I think I can. Yeah, hit them with that burning head. And then I think that's it. If that's the entire battle, that would honestly be a little bit sad. Maybe, well, I guess this was not supposed to be a difficult battle. Perhaps I just took a really long time to play it, and then that's sort of my problem there. I guess that really is the most likely thing, isn't it? This seems like you shouldn't have this much of a late game army for this battle, although they are taking forever to actually hit army losses. So maybe there's something to it. Ah, here we go. There's more enemies. Nice. Well, okay, well, let's see how that goes. Let's position my artillery. And, you know, we'll just fire them down while healing up our dudes. Yeah, but wait, there's more. There really is. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that menacing army. Oh, good old Warhammer 1 maps. And campaign missions. Honestly, this one's a little bit of a weird one, I must say. I guess if it was a really early mission, that would make sense. But I ended up getting this one last compared to everything else. But there we go. I think they just hit army losses, so... I think we're good? No, we might not be. There might be more. Oh my gosh. Is it true? I can't tell because the mission army losses is acting weird. I guess there likely is more. Huh. Alright, well, hopefully it didn't bug out, otherwise we'll just be sitting here forever. Ah, okay, I see. The one unit of... Is this bugged? I feel like this might be bugged. They continue to flood in like the tide itself. Oh, it's just the 2 marauders? Okay, well, never mind then. What was that quest battle? Alright, sure. Sure. You need to grow these settlements ASAP? You know, probably. Probably. You need a lot of money to upgrade settlements, though. It's a timer. We were probably massacring the Norskans a little bit too quickly then, weren't we? Alright. Such is the way of things. But hey, I think we finally finished all of our quests. Yeah, zero quests, guys. Now, I want Galmaraz on Franz. That makes him way better. And instead, we can put that very special weapon on a random wizard. This guy with some extra physical resist is quite nice. Really make sure he doesn't die. We also have chevrons on our wizard. Don't ask about it.
I trust no man.
But yeah, quite nice. I'm checking here for dark elves, just because their 20 stacks are a little bit more scary. And over here, the Chileans are finally pushing in. So I think it's time we call in the big guns. Here we go. Heinz Fluss. He's gonna be amazing here. We don't have to worry about dwarves that much anymore. So I'm feeling like going for, you know, halberd huntsman type, play styles. Could be the way. That seems like a good idea. Really strong against other empire armies. Good against the Tomb Kings. Lots to love. What are the chevrons doing there? I have no idea. I do not know. But you know, whatever. It's the red one. So it's arrow and thing. Nice. It's starting to get to the point where I'm recognizing these puzzles,
Sigmarite
which is pretty bad. It means CA should probably mix it up, or maybe release Game 3. But okay, so that went pretty well. I guess we just go for the upgrades now. Some pretty good settlements here to level up. Let's see, how's Essen doing? Essen's holding quite well, actually. I think we can afford to upgrade this one too. Get some of that public order going. And I'm tempted to recruit an army here too, actually. Get some isolated sushi action. Take Keppelberg. Seems like a pretty good play. And I'm going to enact sort of the not a no doom stack policy, but sort of a smaller armies approach to conquering the map. Since we already have our doom stacks killing the big armies, I'm just taking a bunch of smaller armies to control as much of the map as possible. Hopefully that works out though, because all of the smaller armies can't take a fight outside of a minor settlement battle. So potentially things could go south real quickly. But okay, next turn. Pirate Cove fights are so much better than Ruins. They are, because it actually uses the core gameplay mechanics to do its thing. Oh, right. What? Also, it only pays off when settlements don't get blown up. You've been in the 40s for several videos? Like 40s as in 40 settlements or something else? Alright. You should colonize the surrounding ruins. Oh, that would actually be pretty painful. Because the tide of Norska keeps coming on in. I'm a little bit more apprehensive about that, honestly. Nice. We're still at minus, infinite Imperial authority. It happens. And for these guys, he might hit this settlement. That would sort of suck, but it's not really much to be done about that. Let's see, I guess we'll just have to keep recruiting the army. 40 factions. Ah, I see. I see. Yes, that is true. That is true. Although we haven't taken out the bigger factions. Definitely it's been a hard time actually reaching many of the enemies. Nagarond is strong, yes. They are an absolute beast right now. But alright, the expedition to the north begins. Hello, Norskans. We're here to give you a good time. And over here, Volkmar, he's gonna go and hit Norden. That'll give us a port settlement to launch our end of the Norska invasion. Now, I won't be capturing many of their lands. I just want to hurt their economy enough where they're not constantly sending armies my way, as that can be quite annoying. For example, Eric, we don't want to deal with him. We don't want to deal with Egil, I don't know how to say that. But we don't want to deal with any of that. The Norskans generally can be pretty big pain. So that's the plan. As for this army over here, to make sure that they don't do any more damage than they have already, Heinz is going to try and win this fight. He has a very small army comparatively, but the balance of power wins all, and it looks like we'll be able to take that settlement. Sweet. Yeah, so we've transitioned to the button pressing game. Indeed, there's going to be much fewer battles, but I will be taking larger battles as they come to us. Heinz might die here. Well, not die permanently, but he might get wounded. However, if he can wound this army enough, then it's going to be worth it. We're finally sending our own tides of men at the enemy instead of the other way around. And that means that, we can afford to take some slightly inefficient trades. Alright. That plus 20 armor actually would be pretty good for dwarves. Much less so for Empire, though.
On march.
Alright.
I command here.
I think that's it. I think we move on to the next turn, don't we? Alright, now I only have so many turns of income, so I will have to get rid of some armies eventually, but You know, right now we've secured about half of the Empire. Many of our flanks are secured too, so it's looking pretty good. As long as the Dark Elves don't suddenly show up with a million armies, we'll be okay. Franz is going to have his work cut out for him securing this area, but hopefully Heinz lives and we'll be able to do that. Oh, there's going to be a rebellion at Tempelhof too. That's a bit annoying, but that's all right. Enticity, we have a Heinz. Yes, we do. Heinz is probably 70% of that army strength anyways. Yeah, man, we got lots of Heinz fans in chat. Always nice to see it. Oh, right. The AI cares about economy. They care about buildings that can recruit elite units. So if I can just lower the levels of those buildings, we're in a good place. That's the real hit to the Norskans. If they have to recruit their mammoths from very far away, it's a big plus. And we get auto-resolves. How are the High Elves doing? The High Elves are doing okay-ish. Not in the best position, I would say. But, you know, they're still doing alright. Now, this battle I would like to play, because this is actually... If we can win this, we save a few turns. But the question is, can Heinz and a handful of RORs and random extra units defeat a 20 stack on its own? We have stolen a single mortar. And it surely will be able to do a lot of damage. Yes. Yeah, it was, I don't think it was that one-sided. My goodness. And spoilers. Give Heinz a Sword of Cain when the time comes. That sounds amazing. I will definitely be going for that. Heinz the Ever Chosen. I think so. Yeah, actually, you know, he started ending the world before Franz did, so it's only right. Okay, now in this battle, we have an interesting situation where myself, have a lot less. You know, melee troops in my enemy. Actually, quite significantly so. So I'm going to have to try and figure out a way to not get my range units overwhelmed. If I could get the AI to... There's one way. I think if I attack the left flank of the AI but leave my cavalry on the right, they shouldn't send too many guys onto my ranged forces here. There is a bit of a swamp, which is disadvantageous for me. There's not much I can really do about that. And Heinz is going to have to distract the center line so they don't just walk past me and hit my artillery. You have the Hellblaster wagons, which are going to be quite nice here. As I will be able to use that to secure a nice advantage against the cavalry. And it looks like the plan is working okay. It looks like most of the AI hasn't aggroed on many of my ranged troops yet. Maybe just like a couple great swords, but that is exactly what I'm looking for, as I will be able to focus them down. As for the infantry pouring in, we have Heinz, and he'll be able to hit this blob with AoE. Scheming back, boys, back to scheming. He's like thankful. That is amazing. I love the comparison. I also like the implication that it means I will be winning basically all of my battles. But all right. I think we've basically done it right. Heinz just managed to tank this whole blob, along with the help of a few Pistoliers. He's in a very good position. All of these guys are about to get run down by Demogryph Knights. Truly a grim fate for them. And all of my range units are firing, so honestly, I see no issues here. Let's go ahead and catch out the rest of these Empire Knights. Chasing down those crossbowmen. And it's all about this blob, I guess. This last blob of greatswords. Now, I might lose a few of my cavalry units, a few of the RORs. This is not meant to be Heinz's main army. So, I'm trying to get rid of units so I can replace them with much cheaper handgun units, is the plan. So, yeah, hopefully that goes alright. Proc the stand your ground. How is this fight going? It looks like my cavalry is actually having a bit of a hard time here. Worst case, of course, as usual, I can always kite out the enemy if things get really rough. But it is a little bit scary with Heinz taking this damage. Was I overconfident again? Probably not. But you never know. Maybe things will go horribly south in a second. Hey, Chris Clark saying I'm back. Where is the fire wizard? He's currently with Franz right now to assemble just a really scary 20 stack. But yeah, that's about it. You know, he's just making sure that Franz wins every battle to the south in auto-resolve. Nothing too special, really. You got this guy, trying to be a hero. Trying to engage my huntsman. He does actually make it. This battle's actually a little bit closer than I would have hoped. I think the cavalry will be able to clean up pretty well, but still a little bit close. Yeah, that's right. Turn 365. Yes, I started this campaign, I think, about a month ago. So, yeah, it's been a hot second. Also, we're losing ground. What just happened? I thought we were ahead. I think it might just be because of the Demogryph Knights. I felt like they were in a pretty good position. We're really low on ammunition too, which makes things real scary. So if Heinz takes too many hits here, we might just hit army losses outright. Let's try and finish off this lord here. Hopefully Heinz doesn't take too many bullets to the back of the head. Oh man, he gets hit. I think we just lost this army. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Well, sometimes it happens. Leonardo, too strong for Heinz. That is news for me today. Your campaign lasts 2 days and then you start a new one. Honestly, I don't blame you, but you know. There we go. See, you know, I think the main problem there is I took way too much damage on my cavalry. They were supposed to end all of the enemy range units there. Means this army will still be operational, but quite beat up. But it's fine. It's fine. It's not about playing optimally. It's about playing quickly. Although that definitely was a mistake. Nevertheless, the Chileans are going to merge a few of their units. That hurts them a little bit. Over here, we're not worried about losing that. And I think Franz, he's going to have a few Chilean armies to kill, isn't he? The Volkmar challenge. Oh man, what a name for that. But let's see, what do we got to do? Thinking we could hit Wartbad first as a place to. Ooh, hello there. Slow that guy down. I think we hit Wartbad first and then double down to the Moot. Alternatively, we can save Drakenhof earlier. And I think that's probably a better idea, isn't it? All right. Fran's gonna come on in and deal with that. Let's see. What did we just lose? Middenheim. That's fine. All right. Now Operation End Norska with Volkmar. Not working as well as I would have initially thought. But not going terribly either. I think if I position right here and they attack me, I retreat. I hit the Longship Graveyard. We're great. You got almost 2,000 hours on Warhammer, counting AFK, I guess. And you finished 2 or 3 campaigns. Dang. All right. I guess I'm very much the exception then. But okay. The beginning of the end of Norska has started. The thing is, though, I can't really hold these settlements for a long time is the main problem. I would like to take out these guys, and I might just abandon the settlements. The thing is, though, I lose so much. Ooh, that's a good one. I lose so much public order now that I actually have territory if I do decide to try and hold on to the settlements, which is pretty sketchy. I'll have to figure that out. I think just a partial conquering of Norska is the way that I want to go. As for this army over here on the Sushi front, he's gonna be just an annoying army. There we go. He's just going to poke away at many of these outlying armies because I don't really want to capture this at high level because there is an endless tide of Dark Elves over there that I don't want to be facing. So I'll likely be trading quite a few settlements if I decide to go that route. Alright, nice. Those are some very good upgrades. How's Zafbar looking? Okay. So I think we're all right. Do I get the roads here? Sure. Sure, why not? Hey, and we have 2 tier 5s. That's actually crazy, guys. I guess it's because I kept the food from last time I was here. Pretty nice. 3,600 hours on Warhammer for you. My goodness, Boo Radley. That is a lot of hours. Almost as many as mine. What, I have like over 5,000 now? It's crazy. It's crazy, guys. I've played a lot of Warhammer in my life. Quite a bit of it.
Silver hammer, yes.
Man, oh man, a lot of people in chat in the thousands. That's crazy. Are all electric counts dead? The people at Nuln are alive. I think this one was the blue one. Because what? This is blue. Meaning this is yellow. Meaning this is red. Alright. We're getting there. If Chaos Settlements revolt, will it be destroyed? Oh, that's true. They will be destroyed. Yes. Yeah. Unless it spawns a Norska army. And I think in many of these places it will spawn a Norskan army. And I'm not here to revive more enemies, so yeah. Can Vampire Counts hold Norska? I think anyone can hold Norska with enough money and the right buildings. This is actually a pretty big win for me. The fact that we can auto-resolve that. I guess it's his high level that helps him out there. But yeah, Vampire Corruption is... the thing is, you get bonuses for having high Vampire Corruption. So that could make holding Norska even easier. But it might have to be a little bit of a slower push just to build up that corruption. But alright, here we go. Let the sacking commence. Volkmar going to have a great and dandy old time here. I forgot, you have a hard time recruiting anything in Norska. But you know, that's fine. If there's a few rebellions here and a few Norskan sub-factions revive, that's not too much of an issue.
I am Franz.
At least I don't think it is. Yeah, over 5,000 hours. It's crazy.
My orders are to move.
Impressive considering it's the only played campaign. Alright. Alright, I guess this is technically what I show up to chat for, but dang. Alright, let's just win some fights with Franz to feel better about ourselves. Here we go, the moot, for the 10th time, occupied again by Franz. Amazing. Let's go ahead and roll this guy over here. And over here. Now, by the way, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream today. Archaon has been here this whole time? This is what you've been doing, Archaon? You madman. You madman. Your armies have been marching forwards and dying for you, only for you to literally AFK in the distance. That is a shame. You should be ashamed, Archaon. Alright. Well, let's show him who's boss with good old Tinley over here. I can't believe Archaon's just been AFK this whole time. I don't know if he's even been spawning armies. I think his AI just broke. Also, the greenskins finally took the east, so that is grounds for a little bit of an emergency, as I will have to push them back. It really depends on whether or not they double back towards the dwarves, though. Yep. I was wondering where Archaon was for the entire campaign, guys. But we finally found him. Meek Archaon. And it also proves that Archaon indeed is not Franz, which will definitely be a disappointment for many.
Forward.
Alright, so we'll use this guy for a bit of a scout. He's going to make sure any Norskan armies coming on in are slowed down. Same with these armies over here. And then I think we can go to the next turn. Ah, yes, and the commandment at the moot, I forgot. Alright. And a rebellion, interesting. All the way up here at Prague. Is that a problem? It's a little bit of a problem. I think I need to get a guy here just to clean it up. Let's get Rocky Balboa to clean it up. Yeah, that should be enough. Alright. Small armies, lots of small armies. Yeah, Archaon's cheesing too. Indeed. Keeps him alive for longer. Yeah, how is this not an age of peace when Archaon decides not to end the world? I feel like this is the perfect harmony, you know? No one's invading anyone. He's just farming in the northern Chaos Wastes. What is this? The dwarves are here? Is your faction not dying right now and you want to fight me? All right. I only believe they're not the same when they're side by side. That's true. I technically can't put them on the same screen at the same time. That actually, that does make a rather large difference, doesn't it? All right. Where is the Doomstack from the Dark Elves? They're currently fighting the good old High Elves right now, so Dark Elves, we won't be running into them for at least a little while. Although they could show up at literally any moment, so there's that to be worried about. But other than that, they're not too much of a worry. Like you know, well, they'll show up eventually, but I don't think they'll be able to really give me full force for a while. Otherwise, they're gonna start losing a lot of settlements. Excuse me, sorry. Did you not turn off large armies? No, we're still on large. Dwarves are probably home 23 of grudges. Only 23, that's quite good for me. That is rather nice. Alright, now artillery's doing great. Do I want to hit up this organ gun? Honestly, not really. It's not exactly a high priority target here. It is just shooting at my group of guys. Let's go ahead and yeah, let's just hit them with the magic. Why don't we? This is a not very ranged heavy army, which is a plus for me. Oh my gosh, we're dealing with the most annoying gyrocopters of all time. Here we go. Hit him with the net. Yes. Okay, nice. So we caught the gyrocopters, always the most difficult task. And then I think with the piercing bolts. Nope, we don't have enough magic. Well, you know, we can always hit them with the. We can always hit them with the artillery, and then we'll be okay. These dwarf armies, they get a lot less scary once you have enough artillery going. Oof, but they still hurt your wizards a lot. Jeez. Let's be a little bit more careful about who's getting shot here. I'm taking a little bit more damage than I would have hoped. I guess Dwellers Below is probably safer here. Let the carnage begin. Yeah, finally, now that we have enough artillery. Because before things were definitely not this easy when it came to killing dwarf stacks. They would always just they would always find a way to get on top of my army, and then we'd have to start kiting around the battlefield. It'd be absolute chaos, guys. Alright, let's wind blast them. Blast them. And then what's it? And then I have a front line of great swords, which is different from a front line of range units because they can actually hold much better against dwarven infantry. Definitely a very big plus. Alright. But first things first, we gotta pull back a little bit. Things are a little bit spicy here. I don't have a lot of ranged either to easily deal with that gyrocopter. I guess we'll just tank it out for now. I wish I had a few handgunners. I'm surprised that I don't. I guess this army wasn't exactly built to fight dwarves initially. Yeah, 23 is an exceptionally low number of books when it comes to grudges. Alright, now who's this? Just a random dwarf lord, nothing Franz can't deal with. In the distance, my wizard has finally chased off the gyrocopter. Very good. And the fight against the tide begins. I think as long as the slayers are kept busy, we'll be okay. Great swords can dive in on the iron breakers. I forgot I don't have any handguns here, so we do have to run into melee, which is a little bit terrifying, I must admit. In fact, I might even lose a warrior priest here if I'm not careful. Live! Live, you darn warrior priest, live! Hopefully he does alright. Over here, actually, you know what? You know what, this is a little bit sketchy, isn't it, right? This is just like a tiny little bit sketchy. Especially with all those range units still flying around. Let's see here, there we go. Nice, we got him. We got him with the net. Let's heal up Franz a little bit more too. And yeah, we're gonna have to be a little bit careful here. I can sense the impending doom. Hey, Basil, thank you for the $2. Finally got the live stream of this wild campaign. Happy to have you here, man. I will say it is indeed wild. I can agree with that wholeheartedly. Now, speaking of, this thing's getting a little bit spicy because my great swords are not holding exceptionally long against all of the dwarf infantry. Like I said, not an army built for the dwarves, but we've taken out both gyrocopters. I think I'm about to shut down their artillery soon. Not just yet. So the plan is to shut down all of their range units first. So we're just gonna dive right on top of them. Split up the warrior priests, do the exact same thing. And dismount the artillery crews. There we go. Have them run for their lives. Alright. Alright, things have just gotten a little bit spicier, guys. Just the tiniest amount. As heal caps are away. But it sort of depends, right? A lot of this is just artillery for the dwarves. For me, a lot of my strength is just my heroes. I'm pretty sure we've got this. As soon as we don't die to the artillery, we'll be fine. But I think a lot of my wizards might get wounded here. My bright wizard looks like he's having a hard time. Let's go ahead and pull him back. And we're definitely going to need to dive in on that artillery. Let's go ahead and hit the gyro bomber with a blast scroll. There we go. Sniped right out of the air. And onto the artillery. Franz, gonna have to get out of there. I think we definitely took some pretty nasty losses, but I don't think... Oh, we lost a warrior priest. Not permanently, though. Yeah, things are getting a little bit nasty, but I think we still... Franz is dead. Oh my goodness. Every time, guys. Every time. Every single time. What the double stack of dwarves? What just happened? Alright, well, I guess we just got a lot more money. The double stack of dwarves incoming is actually, man, every time. It turns out double stack of dwarves is winning against me a lot more than I would think. Wow, look at that. What got me there? Was it the artillery? I feel like it was probably the artillery. Oh my gosh. Well, I think I did slow them down a decent amount, though, having them lose so much infantry. They didn't settle the moot. Joke's on them. It's obviously the most fought after settlement in the entire game, so they don't know what's up. Crooked Moon also got taken out. So, alright. Alright. Great Swords underperformed. Yeah, I feel like I should have softened them up a little bit more. That's a bit of a shame, but... Hey, look at that. We hit positive income. For the first time in a million years. And we might even take out Archaon, the Ever-Chosen, to proc the Age of Priest. Age of Peace, proc. Here we go, the climactic battle. We took 1,000,000 points of attrition here. But we have a decent army. Don't know how much healing we have. But if we can kill this guy, life will be easier. Sure is losing a lot. Yes, that's true. That's true. There were a lot of losses there. Man, those poor greatswords. Definitely, greatswords are sort of tier 3 infantry. They're not meant to be fighting... Whoopsie daisies. They're not meant to be fighting, you know... most dwarf infantry. But you know, what can you do? Alright, let's just try not to lose this battle. We have an archaon to try and kill. As it ensures that he won't be coming in later. Excuse me. Let's see, but how do we take this battle? I have basically an only ranged army. He has basically an only melee army. So yeah, we'll just see how it plays out. I'll try and go for a few nets on the cavalry. Hopefully that's enough to beat them up here. You know, sort of a net and then hit them with the Hellstone rocket battery type of play. There are 2 hell cannons here, which have me a little bit worried, but not the most worried in the world. I think overall the hell cannons shouldn't be too much of an issue. It'd be so awesome to see Chaos Orbs in Warhammer 3 for sure, man. They're gonna be great. Alright, first order of operations. Kill Archaon. Second, kill the cavalry. Oh, archaon is fast. Look at that. Wow, nets is 15. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's position for these knights over here. I'm gonna gang up on archaon. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think I friendly fired my own lord to death. That's a shame if I've ever seen one. How's archaon holding up? I know he has a lot of items here. It's probably need to hit him with the Helm of Discord to hit up those knights. This is going terribly, isn't it? This is going absolutely terribly, isn't it? Alright, how's the cavalry doing? It's looking pretty rough. Oh my gosh. What? Man, we just lost all of our heroes there, didn't we? I think we just did. Oh my goodness. That went so badly. That went so badly. I could not even comprehend how badly that went. Archaon just annihilated all of my characters with the giant. Well, sometimes you gotta show a man some respect, I guess. Now, this doesn't mean that our growth slows. It means that our income is going to be positive for a little bit longer. Yeah, sweet misery. Oh my gosh, that was like, they all died instantly, guys. Wow, Archaon, what a beast. Now, we did kill 2 of his knights at the cost of a few hundred men. Oh my goodness. All right, well, hopefully he comes out of the chaos waste. I think that's enough of a confidence booster for Archie here. If he rolls out of the chaos waste, then we'll be able to fight him on our lands, and hopefully that makes things a little bit easier. All right. Oh my gosh, that's brutal. That is brutality, man. Just killed everyone. All right, let's get this guy out of there. Let's pack up these guys. Can I march out of here? Honestly, I don't think I can. You know what? I don't need that. We're up against the Norskans. Tons of artillery is a lot less important nowadays. Let's see. Rocky Balboa's the backup army. Let's move them over here. Let's pick up some crossbows. Light Wizard's gonna meet up with them. Hopefully we don't get a rebellion there anytime soon. Yeah, even on turn 360, you're glad the struggle is still ongoing. It's just you know, I like taking fights that I probably shouldn't. But you know, it gives me a good sense of what to expect in future fights. You know, it's a learning experience, guys. End times have arrived. Yeah, just a single Archaon army. My goodness, that was brutal. That was just a one-sided, just annihilation over there. Also, I don't have a siege attacker here, but that's okay. Now, I have like no armies left. All right. Oh, the Greenskins, they have a wah. But here's the thing: dwarves got really beat up. You know, they're at the moot. I can slow them down. Just kidding. What's going on here? What's going on? We need armies. We need armies. What is even happening right now? I guess we need to get some armies. Let's see. We got one over here. It's not the best thing against Archaon. He's also healing a ton, but I think he'll merge a few of those guys. I don't know what level his settlement is at. I think definitely we want to get someone at Transylvania. We'll get Heinz in there. And he's gonna go for a mixed handgunner, mixed huntsman. I'll work on the artillery later. Over here, we're just scouting for Norskan armies, which are not there. Sweet. Over here at Prague, we're recruiting. And then over here at Mordheim, I think I want to get another army up. But how? How would I like to do this? I guess, what? Is this like a spearman crossbowman stack? This is not the best place to recruit. Maybe I should have gone for a Tempelhof, but it's fine. It's fine. We just need some basic armies to beat the enemy 20 stacks is all. Positive income. It's all downhill from here. Indeed, it goes positive and then it slowly gets less and less positive as if you're not careful. Now there are going to be some rebellions here in Norska. We'll sort of just let them happen. I'm not worried about spawning Norskan sub-factions because they're all going to be very low tier for a while. And I can always send another army in there just to raise their settlements. So that's not too much of a problem. So let's end and go to the next turn. Oh yeah, so stable with my positive income. So insanely stable. Alright. So greenskins are still going to be a bit of a menace. I need to rebuild that Franz 20 stack in a way that will actually live. Unfortunately, the great swords did not perform as great as I would have hoped for. Although, let's be honest, the problem wasn't the great swords. Anonymous holster, sure. Saying, first time catching this live. I like your stream VODs. Happy to hear, man. Welcome to the chaos, that is this entire campaign run. There's a lot of trading settlements on the fringes, but the only settlements that I really care about are the ones in this third of the empire. This other section that I have is mostly just to be a constant war zone, so that if they do end up capturing it, it's not a problem. And hey, look, it's a chaos army. That's a small plus. I could let them raise the Ice Drake Fjord. I could just kill them instead. You know, pick up an extra 300 gold on the way. And we're just looking for easy hits. Yeah, all of this is very undefended. I'm thinking we'll hit Bjornling's Gathering. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And hopefully Volkmar isn't hindered, because as long as he's sacking settlements, he's going to have a good time. Over here. Here we go. A good old sack and occupy. Hurting the Dark Elves now. So I can't hit up the Black Pit just yet. But we do have a pretty nice settlement. Here we go. Let's increase the stack a little bit. I can get a steam tank in here. That's actually pretty good. So, yeah, we'll throw in a steam tank in there just so that he can constantly take some more settlements. The Loreful Grimgore Thorgrim against Karl Franz. It's sort of a tag team currently. It's a mix between a tag team fight and a you know, and a proper unification for them, because they do fight each other, which does end up helping me. All right, what's going on over here? The Schwarzhaven. Is that worth taking right now? There's no rush to do so. So instead, I can take 2 pieces of cavalry to hit up artillery, because dwarves love taking that. And then a couple more handgunners, because it seems like we are running into dwarves. And maybe 2 halberdiers to hold the line a bit. Not the greatest thing against Ironbreaker boxes, so we'll see how that plays out. Over here we got we got quite the Norskan stack. And we have a rebellion coming soon. Oh boy, oh boy. And this army up here is restricted to just crossbowmen and Free Company militia. I think the spearmen should be able to hold quite well too, though. Plus we got the light wizard coming on, and, you know, no problem. What is a little bit more of a problem, the green tide is coming on in. We're going to lose a few settlements here, but the actual core settlements are quite garrisoned. We got tier 3s all the way down, except for Zufbar. So I still have a little bit before the greenskins actually come full force towards me. But okay. This is going to be an interesting one, because I'm sort of rebuilding. We're trading out the settlements in the middle. The question is, can I actually defend once they get to me? The thing that hurts me the most right now is a severe lack of wizards to put in my armies, but I don't have the time or money to get them just yet. 45 factions, wasn't it 43? Yeah, you know, somewhere along the line some factions got revived. It's not a constant upward trend. Let's see what else we got. We're still going strong over there. Yeah, alright. Let's just see what the next turn has in store for us.
Warrior of Sigmar.
I don't know how many Hellstone rocket batteries I really need either. That's a little bit up for debate, isn't it? But okay. Okay. I think we still... The Norskan problem is going to be a bit of a thing for a while, isn't it? I'll need to find some way of dealing with them. Hopefully they just raise Salzamund to the ground. That would make life a little bit easier. And then I just need to build enough time to recruit some more armies. Hello there. Yeah, almost positive income after close to 400 turns. We did hit positive for a second there, but... Yeah. The thing is, though, without many armies operational, that starts hurting my income too. And if I'm stuck on like 2 armies for a while, that could be a huge problem. It depends on how scary the greenskins decide to be. I guess that's what makes or breaks the progress here. Thankfully, the Norskans hit Salzamund. And as long as their armies are active elsewhere... Oh, they can make it. Well, goodbye, Rocky Balboa. You served well. You know what? I think this northern region, not that worth defending anymore. Not that worth defending. Instead, I'll just I'll sack the rest of Norska, and then we're gonna expand the other way. It seems like yeah, there's no good point trying to go for the Norska right now. I was told it was a bad idea, and over the weekend I thought it was a good idea. But I know when to say that I'm wrong. If you disband all your armies, you'll have positive income. Not untrue. All right. Sure, let the migration begin. The thing is, it increases my my what's it pretty well. Over here we have the dwarves ready to come and hit the greenskins. Looks like the dwarves are about to get deleted though, so I would not want that. But I don't have a hero there anymore. We'll have to wait for him to respawn. Alright, now what is this? Just a great sword stack? Looks like he can hit more time. It's not a very important settlement though. Alright, let's see. Can we get a big enough army to defeat this great sword stack? It's a little bit scary. Franz or Heinz can retake Schwarzhaven though. We can pick up a few units for him. Flagellants are decent. I like running a few of them, just for that unbreakable. It looks like the dwarves have lain off on us too. They might be getting distracted by the greenskins, probably. And it's all on Volkmar. Where are the Norskans? No one is home. So as long as the Norskans are distracted, I can just ravage the north. And actually, Volkmar is my biggest source of income now. Funnily enough. And he's my biggest source of ogre mercenaries. How wonderful. Sweet. This guy, I said I was going to get him a steam tank so that he can start taking settlements immediately. Nice. Nice. Oh, there we go. There's the money we needed. I was worried for a second there, but this helps a ton. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. All the best infantry have some ranged attacks too. For single player, definitely. I'm still not a fan of hybrid units in general though. And as for this area, Frag and Volksguard, I don't feel like holding that anymore. We don't need to. Instead, you know, we'll go back down to the next area and sort of just hold this area. It's a lot easier because there aren't Norskans coming from every side. So that's gonna be the plan. I'd also like to replace you with good old Franz. Here we go. You can even recruit higher level troops here. And nice. Nice, pretty good. Hopefully the war with the greenskins and the dwarves continues. As long as that keeps happening, I'm okay. And if they keep recruiting at Erengrad, it's really nice because they're only spawning marauders from there. So if I could just take out everything nearby except for Erengrad, that would actually make Norska way easier to deal with. Because the AI does love recruiting from closer settlements rather than high tier ones. What's more dangerous? 1,000 different factions or one large faction? I would say 1,000 different factions if you have a lot of land. Well, actually, one large faction will come in waves. A tiny smaller factions will be a constant push against you, which can be very annoying, especially if they all have one high tier settlement, because then they're just constantly spamming just the deadliest 20 stacks at you. Makes life a lot harder, which is why I'm trying to reduce the faction pool overall. But okay, we got Templehof again. We don't need this building over there. Hopefully things go all right. There's a few rebellions, that's fine. We move on. Yeah. Tiny factions can build more armies per settlement than others, than a large faction. Larger factions do run eventually into an upper limit of armies they can build per settlement. It goes down over time. And that's sort of the big help, because otherwise, you know, the dwarves would just have like a million armies right now. But generally the dwarf armies, the dwarves are sending about as many armies at me as like as any other faction really. The big difference is that the dwarf armies are a lot higher tier. That's yeah, you know, the spamming like tier 5 units and so on. That's the more annoying thing. But overall, it's not like they're sending that many more armies at me overall. Grimgore's cheats allow him to create 3 armies per settlement. Well, you know, it'll feel very scary for sure. So the thing is, if he legit was spawning 3 armies per settlement, though, it would not be a contest at all. He would just annihilate you off the face of the planet. Guambrindle makes everything high tier. Yeah, you know, that is sort of true too. Alright, what are we looking at here? We got a random army over here. In the march stance. Lots of settlements raised and lost. But here we go. Volkmar with the cheap siege attacker, Mornfang Cavalry. Great for that. And nice, we're just going to continue sacking these Norskan settlements, giving them a very hard time. This army here is, strangely enough, one of my strongest armies right now. Let's see, but what do I want to do with them? We could hit the Laurelin Forest, but I don't think the Dark Elves are building out of there especially hard.
I will not obey.
We could ambush this guy and see how that goes. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is not a very strong army. This is sort of just like a backdoor army, just being annoying. We could take Marienburg and just try to hold it. We could even take Altdorf. What level is it? Level 4, so we'd be getting it at a pretty low tier. I'll have to think about that. These dwarves too are going to be a problem until I get my casters back. But luckily it looks like we have one. I can live with this. Okay. Let's see, but I still don't have a way to deal with the dwarves easily. I guess if I get rid of maybe these 2 guys and then take
What orders?
Take like, you know, 3 Hellstorm rocket batteries, that'll be a good enough army versus dwarves. Franz over here. Looks like they didn't go for the Mordheim, which is nice. So we can sort of defend there, and Franz can pick up 3 company militia stack, I guess. And these armies are looking weak. Real weak. I need to get some better recruitment buildings here. That'll come up next turn. Alright. Talea spawns most armies usually. They're spawning a lot of armies, that's for sure. Now what's this? Imperial Academy. Recruitment duration -1 for great swords and great cannons. That's actually pretty sick. It's actually pretty sick. That's pretty good. Wait, great cannons? I thought cannons were 1 turn to recruit anyways. Whatever. Let's see. What I definitely want though is finally Hellblaster volley guns. It's been a really long time coming, but I definitely have wanted that. And then we could go for the wizard stuff. I think I can get that later though, since it's so expensive. Same with the warrior priest stuff. And instead, I can just go for the Imperial Academy and get some faster great swords. That's good for the emergency recruitment, I feel. I also feel like I don't need the garrison at Transylvania anymore, which may seem insane, and possibly it is, but I genuinely feel like I don't need it. Over here, we're gonna go for the paved roads. Will make life a lot easier over here in terms of maneuvering. And I probably don't need the farms either. Okay, nice. We're sort of rejigging our settlements a little bit. Cool, cool. Spending all the money that we're getting from sacking stuff. We've managed to revive Kislev. I forgot because there was going to be a rebellion there. I'm going to need to deal with Kislev, aren't I? Are they at war with anyone? They're at war with Norska. You know, maybe a Kislev at war with Norska is a good thing, but I'll need to deal with them eventually. The accidental faction revive, guys. My worst enemy. Alright, what are we looking at here? Oh yeah, I wanted to figure out what to do with this army.
I'll ignore that.
I think we've done most of the sacking and burning that I've wanted here. Let's see. I could hit up the dwarf settlements. They are technically pretty undefended. A lot of the dwarves are coming from this mountain area, and I would like to shut them down, get them out of there.
Here to serve.
And you know, this will distract the Chilean armies a bit. I don't know. Let's just let's double back over here. We're in range. We're in range. This army might get caught out. If we have to fight it out, we will. Over here. My caster. Gonna drop right down. And all the way over here. We're definitely gonna slow down one of these dwarf armies. And you know what? Let's slow down Ungrim's army. So, we're trying to recruit here as fast as we can. We're hoping to get the Bright Wizard back. We're gonna try and defend against these armies towards the west. And then I need to continue sacking settlements here to get enough money to make buildings. Eventually I'll lose those two armies and I can build some proper 20 stacks defend. Not a problem, guys. What the hexawaddle? How did I only just meet you? Strength rank 4. Okay. Sure, sure. Presumably he's fighting the Dark Elves or something. Let's see. Who are you fighting, hexawaddle? He's not fighting the Dark Elves. Wow, look at that. He's just chilling. He's at war with, like, basically no one, except for maybe the Skaven is who he's fighting. Shouldn't rebel factions be at war with everyone? Yeah, yeah. I think, well, I don't know. It might just be at war with everyone in the nearby area. Should we get a Jinky counter for your streams? Maybe. If someone's been keeping track, I'd be happy to hear. You remember way back in Altdorf trying to get Hellblaster volley guns? Yes. Good times, good times. You'd rather get steam tanks and Hellblasters. Steam tanks are nicer, but they're way more expensive by a huge margin. I would say steam tanks are a little bit of a sketchy choice because of it. Even though they do give you good auto-resolves, like, the army's gonna cost, you know, 10,000 gold. It's insane, man. Hexawaddle Confederated Itza? Oh my goodness, did they now? That's pretty crazy. Let me check that. If they did, that would be scary. But I assume you're right here. Looks like it's wasn't even nearby, but that would be a small plus to not have to deal with so many lizardmen factions. Let's see. Yeah, Itza's gone. Hexawaddle taking him over. I guess it might have been because Mazdamundi was on the verge of death, and then he decided to confederate. It's the downhill. You know, you get ups and downs in these campaigns, alright? No need to worry about the downhill. Let's see, this army's gonna have its work cut out for it, isn't it? Now, I have a bunch of casters. I definitely want the Pyromancer, but I don't need all of these guys. Especially the Warrior Priests. You know, they're nice, but having these range units is slightly better. The thing is, we have mostly dwarf armies, so I want to optimize against that. I think having 2 of the Warrior Priests is a good idea. Definitely the Pyromancer. And then the other guys can meet up with Franz to deal with the Empire armies.
Yes, son of Sigmar.
Let's see, I think these two are my top warrior priests.
What do you require?
Yeah, then these guys are gonna move up north, get to France.
Going forth.
Looks like they don't want to face France just yet. That's always nice. But man, they are spamming great swords. I'll need to deal with that. Thankfully, Heinz will be able to get his
I will not.
good old triple Hellstorm rocket battery and lightning strike the dwarves as they come on in. But important question. Well, I don't know what's going on here at Mount Gunbad. I think they shoot off the dwarves over there. I'm probably gonna need to get another witch hunter, aren't I? Let's go ahead and pick up another one. He's going to go ahead and scout out the greenskins just to make sure nothing terrible is about to happen. You left when France did the Volkmar challenge again. Yeah, you know, there were a few losses here and there. I think it was when Archaon gave us a good old smack down in the north is when we lost a little bit of momentum. Just the tiniest bit. But you know, we still have all of our main provinces. We're just losing all of these minor ones that we were, you know, spamming around in. All right, here we go. This is it. Volkmar with the decisive victory. Nice. A minor settlement. I probably should have occupied for the replenishment, but that's all right. We're gonna hit up, you know, maybe Doom Keep next. If we do lose Volkmar, it's fine. We're just trying to put a little bit of hurt on the Norskans. Now, big important question. Can I win against this army? Technically, I think I can. But I don't want to march out towards them. Because, you know, fighting longer battles at this point in the campaign starts to get less worth it. Eventually, you want to accept that you're going to take a few losses here and there. Because, you know, if you fight every single battle, it will definitely slow down quite a bit. So we take the losses where they show up and hope that it doesn't cause us to outright lose the campaign. All right, Transylvania. What do we want to get here? I don't really need the Reichsguard. I could go for this. I know I already have one of those. I guess the wizard thing is sort of what I want, right? Yeah, just go for the wizards. Get a few more of those guys going. Maybe some pyromancer action. Make life a lot easier. Over here, I said I wanted to get better recruitment buildings. We accidentally revived another Empire faction that we'll have to deal with quickly. Why no wizard towers? Because they're expensive, good sir. They're very expensive. And I haven't been able to afford them. Let's see. Essen is in enough threat where I'm very tempted to make a garrison there, but I won't. Just because I'm stubborn and I'd rather hold on to it instead with my armies. Over here, I will make a garrison just because there is a much larger threat coming on in. And I will make another army to hold. Now you might notice my money is, I'm not rolling in cash, but my income isn't hindered that much either. We'll just have to be a little bit careful here. If the Dark Elves show up, then things get real nasty. I'll have to really rely on my 20 stack to do well. So, hopefully the Dark Elves don't show up. And then we'll be okay. But that's that turn out of the way. It all depends on whether or not Heinz can beat a couple dwarves. Which, let's be honest, with the power of lightning strike within me, I think we can. Yeah, the Griffin is good. Amber Spear is okay. You know, it's not amazing, but it's okay. Would it be worth to kill Chaos so that the AI loses the co-op bonus? I think so. I think as soon as Chaos is dead, the AI is a lot less united. And there's a higher chance that they'll be declaring war on each other. But the thing is, I did accidentally lose one of my strongest 20 stacks to Archaon. So, you know, just a tiny bit of a problem there. Some factions like me. Some factions do like me. It doesn't mean that they're not going to be a problem. But they do technically like me, yes. Alright, nice. That's a good decisive victory. Norska is properly distracted now. We got the ambush. Will we steal the artillery? I don't know. We'll see in a bit. Yeah. AI relations didn't. It doesn't seem like relations is stopping the AI from being aggressive here. Is the minor problem we're dealing with. All right. Now, thankfully, I did manage to successfully get a large 20 stack back at Transylvania. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thankfully, I did get a pretty large 20 stack here. And I think that's going to be enough to deal with some pesky dwarves.
Warrior of
Here we go.
Sigmar.
We're going to get this out of the way right away. Let's see here. If I lightning strike, you can boost up the leadership of the pyromancer. This army is very susceptible to flame storms and positioning very far away. And we're just gonna play this one out because we need to get momentum again by having a 20 stack that actually wins battles. We accidentally lost every single major 20 stack like on the same turn. So we lost all momentum, and the 20 stacks were generating most of our money. So yeah. You guys are just loving this, aren't you? I see you in chat. You're loving the confidence into getting beat up of because of it. My goodness. Chat. Just full of sadists. My goodness. Well, I'll show you guys. This army doesn't have an insane amount of artillery this time, which will make a difference. Here we go. All right. Let's go ahead and bring in the hero core real quick. And then let's hit them with the flame storm. Yeah, I'm gonna need to punish the dwarves one way or another. I'm not sure sort of the best plan of action to punish the dwarves. There's gonna be a little bit of finagling around. I think... I don't know. I need to deal with the Empire sub-factions before they become more of an issue. Because they definitely will become an issue if I take too long to deal with them. So... that's something to definitely think about. Ah, oh, come on. Those troll hammers hurt so much. There we go. We're finally in the fight. Which means we can go ahead and use this bad boy and hit that entire blob of infantry. We've properly used our buffs and so on to keep these guys alive. And I think with that combined, they should be alright. There we go. Huge, massive AoE. Very good fight over there. Next up, dwellers below. And a good old net over here. Then we're alright. Take too long, it's turn 350. Yes, but we're on the final stretch, so now's the perfect time to start playing faster than we should. Trust me. I've played many campaigns in my life. Let's see. Do not ruminate on this fleeting failure. The campaign is long and victory will come. Hopefully within the week. Is something that is important to be added. Very, very hopefully within the week. Alright, now let's dive in on these guys. My poor warrior priests are just getting walloped by an endless tide of bullets into their face. They're gonna need some more heals to pick them up. Pyromancer needs to heal himself up. And I think this army's beat up enough now where, finally, once again, we may move up with the handgunners. Yeah, when it's just a single dwarf 20 stack, life is a lot easier. When it's like a double dwarf stack with a ton of artillery and an endless army, and I feel like times 4ing for whatever reason, then it's a bit of a different issue. But when it comes to just a 20 stack, you know, it's a lot easier to manage overall. Wind Blast did nothing. It's true. Wind Blast as an item does not do a lot of armor piercing damage. What it does do is that it knocks over the dwarves. Look at that, slows them down for half a second. Very useful. Alright, now these guys are getting close, which means that time is of the essence to try and finish them off here. We're hitting them with all the slows I can muster. Maybe a dwellers below to get them even slower. But it looks like they're about to hit army losses, so that means it's a focus fire on Ungrim, and then we'll be good. Alright. Not even a problem. I've never had a single issue fighting dwarves in my life. Just keep healing these guys up because there's more fights to come. Oh my goodness. Only faction that can deal with multiple Dowie is Skaven with some comfort. Yeah, technically I think I've dealt with the dwarf 40 stack before, but not with a lot of comfort. You really have to tread carefully around that. But nice. Nice. We've dealt with all the iron breakers. The artillery barely got any damage in, just killing a few knights. So now, one must consider, why not recruit some more Hellstorms? Might seem reasonable, yes. The thing is, well, there's not a lot of cavalry armies anyways. I could just go crazy on the Hellstorms. I could just go crazy on the Hellstorms, but some of the maps are really annoying and like they're really expensive too. They're not that expensive. I should probably spam out a few more Hellstorms. I'll get it with the next army. First things first though, let's finish these guys off. A Pyrrhic victory. Oh, it's because I'm not lightning striking. Let's see. That's lightning strike. There we go. We're gonna hit up this dwarf army like so. Nice. We're gonna lightning strike them, otherwise we get hit in the back. And we're gonna play out the battle so that we don't get screwed over. But yeah, I feel like at this point, because it's mostly infantry stacks, more Hellstone rocket batteries is better. This is why we spent so much time getting rid of Bretonia and the vampire accounts. And we're honestly not seeing a lot of Tomb Kings, which would give a harder time to Hellstone rocket batteries. Whew, here we go. It's gonna be the same plan as the last one, but these are important battles. We gotta drive the dwarves from our lands. Here we go. And good enough. Okay, nice. Here we go. Same plan as before. A little bit more artillery, a few more handgun units that I have to be careful of. So, very important that we proc those ward save buffs before we dive into a million bullets. Yes, all the Globadiers are really good against the dwarves. Like, Skaven have some of the most insane anti-infantry in the entire game. It's crazy. Yeah. Mass Hellstone rocket battery will probably be very safe bet against the dwarves. The thing is, up until today, the dwarves actually weren't that much of a problem. That's why I was able to expand so rapidly. It's just that suddenly they became a problem is what happened to me. So, yeah. Nevertheless, this battle's going okay. I just need to find a way to, let's see, peel a few of these guys off. Let's go and hit them with the wind blast. And then as soon as I'm feeling confident enough, we can disengage. And then bring in the handguns, bring in the cavalry, and we'll be okay. In fact, I think bringing in the cavalry right now is a good option here. Handguns can start moving on up. And these guys can start backing up. Skaven has anti-everything. True, yes. I do not dispute that in the slightest, actually. Yeah, Skaven are, they have some of the highest DPS tools in the game. You have to really know how to engage them to beat them, and the AI just does not have that in the slightest. Yeah. Skaven with their crazy AoEs, it's insane. Alright, but I think those iron breakers are in for a rough time now. Looks like my hero squad's doing alright. We can get the safe disengage. Nice. Cavalry diving on in. As long as the handgunners don't get exploded, I'll be a-okay. There we go. Hey, look at that. Look at that. We did it. It's all about fighting the easier armies to defeat. That's all you gotta do. That's the secret. Just fight armies that have strength and life will be easier. Alright. I guess I still have to heal up my heroes though. And of course you have to kill off these slayers with the Hellstone rocket batteries. I will definitely be running down those range units though, since they are definitely a bit of a problem. Not so friendly fire, it's alright. You guys are used to it. Okay, so pretty good. pretty good. We dealt with the 2 dwarf armies. You know, they caught us off guard for a second, but we showed them who's boss. 0 kills all around. And 0 losses. See? Not that much friendly fire. Incoming 5 stacks? I doubt it. I doubt it. The dwarves are really beat up right now. They lost basically the entire mountain range, except for their home base. So it's a really rough time for me. For them. The bad thing truly is the greenskins. Thankfully the war is going to end soon, so that's going to help, but still, greenskins are going to be a bit of a menace. Okay, so that's pretty good. I can now go to Schwarzhaven and then go for the auto-resolve victory. Lightning strike, sure. Nice. Okay, and then the reason I can do that is because on this guy I can go over here and slow down one of these armies and make it so that they do not come in and support. In fact, we can even get the other one to slow down the other army just to be double safe. Volkmar in the distance. Gonna take another settlement. Norska is hurting. Very nice. Building up a bit of a bank. Yeah, 828 to 0 kill death ratio. Pretty good. I think that's one of the better battles that I fought. Let's see, we'll spend, 1,000 gold to get those spearmen. That's fine. Over here, Franz. Franz with the janky budget army. Most of those guys look like they decided to move out. So Franz can move over here and start taking back a couple settlements. Mostly where the war is happening is outside of my main provinces, so as long as that keeps up, I'm okay. Nice, we have some more food to get upgrades. Buildings though? Buildings are very expensive, so I do have to be a bit careful with that. If I make too many buildings, I could just run out of money. So I have to be a little bit wary. But either way, these places are holding up really well. I do have a quest, but summon the engineers, recruit 2 chariots. All right, interesting. But anyways, let's see what we can get here. I think this one's all right, right? Imperial Academy. It's a bit janky because there's not a lot I can really get here just yet. I think going for the gunsmith and letting me recruit handguns from Tempelhof is sort of a better idea. Let's go do that instead. You give it 5 turns before I lose Schwarzhaven. That's true. I'm not liking how Schwarzhaven is a war zone. That part sort of sucks. Also, we got this guy over here, Rupert, trying to give me a hard time. I'm going to need to get the anti-Rupert contingent over here to defend the settlement. Nice. Sure, the war machine focus. I'll take it. Let's see. This is gonna make things a little bit expensive here, but I really don't want to lose the settlement. There we go. And then if I simply ambush here, I think we win against poor Rupert.
Protector of the weak.
Pretty good. Plus the light wizard. That's even better. At some point we'll need to deal with Kislev, but that point is not today. What I can do though, if I can assault their army enough, I might just be able to kill them here and now. That would be huge in terms of convenience. Come on, give it to me. Yes! Yes, we killed Kislev again. Volkmar would be proud. Did you kill Vlad with Franz? I didn't. It definitely would have been a big win, but sadly, I was not able to. But hey, look, we dealt with Kislev. That is one faction I do not have to worry about anymore. Over here, over yonder. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Oh, that's even a bigger problem. All right, so my worst fears have been answered. Grimgor has come to end the civilization of man. Now, let's take a quick look at his army. It's pretty nasty. It's pretty nasty. This is why, my goodness, the dwarves. Oh my goodness. So, the time has come to assemble an army that can defeat this madness. Now. I was not ready for this, guys. That would have won you the campaign long ago. What? Oh, what's it? Oh, if Franz had defeated Vlad, I see. I see.
Is this a joke?
How does one fight an angry greenskin? I could go for... Thing is, he's gonna move northwards. He might decide to siege these settlements. They're more just buffer states. That doesn't matter as much. But you know what? I think Rocky Balboa, it's up to you. You are the chosen to face off against Grimgor. And hopefully win it. You're gonna need a nasty army to deal with so many greenskins, but I feel like... Oh, huh, Great Cannons do take 2 turns. That's weird. Anyways, I feel like it's going to be a ton of Hellstorms to deal with those Black Orcs. And then probably some cavalry or something? I'm not sure. I'll figure it out in the next 2 turns. Huh, what is a good composition against a Grimgor stack? I think the Hellblasters are actually a lot better here. Like, I'll still go like a couple Hellstone rocket batteries, but the Hellblasters have such insane DPS. I definitely want something for the spiders though. Handgunners as usual. And then something to hold against the spiders, so we'll get Halberdiers first. Okay, meanwhile, Castle Templehof area. Public order is in shambles because I'm constantly trading territory there. That's alright. And what, some rebellions. We're gonna revive a few guys. You know, that's okay. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Next turn. Economy is a major sketch. Just a little bit. It's because we're investing into our buildings, which will help us get more economy. Why did Rakarth show up on the bottom there? What is he doing? Oh boy. Alright. Let's see. Hopefully there's not too much Rakarth action that shows up. We just dealt with dwarves. The dwarves are nearly in a position though where I can finish them off entirely. The thing is though, I'd rather kill the greenskins first. The greenskins... It doesn't look like they're sending that many armies, but they're sending very powerful armies. Okay, here we go. This is actually a fight I can win, which is a plus. Yes, this is a fight I can win. Yeah, let's do it. Dark Elves have pretty much 60% of the map right now. They do. They do. Dark Elves are a menace right now. Truly, truly a large menace. Oof. Demogryph times. Demogryphs could help against the bigger monsters. Lightning Strike ignores the War army. Also true. Also true. That helps. I just have to not get attacked by Grimgor and things get easier. Now, this battle, the reason it's easy is because the enemy army simply has far too many range units. So I can simply wait until they get into an awkward position and then fight them with my vast quantities of melee troops. Yeah, it's mostly range, guys. Now, they do have a couple, you know, halberdiers about to come off the walls. So I do want to catch them while they're climbing out of their siege towers. Over here, we got the Empire Knights. It could be a bit of an issue, probably. But for now, I'm just sort of hitting up this area on the wall. Crossbowmen should be able to get a bunch of easy shots in. And this is going to be a nice advantage at the start. Can you kill Grimgor? I can kill Grimgor, but it's not going to be an easy task. Whoa, we're going to need to figure that out just a little bit. Oof, man, the mortars. The mortars with the big hits. My goodness. Let's go ahead and focus these guys down. A little bit of a cycle charging with the cavalry. Let's hit up those halberdiers. These guys are still climbing up, so I have some time. Okay, nice. Alright. So we've done a little bit of damage here. The AI has traded fairly well, though, by hammering me with those artillery pieces. Looks like my knights are now in range, so I think it's time we pull out of this courtyard area. I've done a good amount of trading already. We will leave one of the troops in there to fight, and then the rest of the crossbowmen can back on out. Alright, and now we have to take a fight over here. I see there are some Empire Knights coming into through the back that I'll want to hunt down. My Knights can probably meet them at the halfway point too. And we got a few infantry forces spilling in through the middle. Now, they're not a problem. I can force an awkward engagement for them. But for the Knights, things are a little bit scarier. It looks like they're having a bit of a hard time maneuvering around, though. And at this point in the battle, the goal is to shut down these range units. Block Grimgor with heroes and lightning strike him. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on him. He does have a few heroes, but I don't think it's impossible to deal with them. But cool. What's left? It's mostly range units. That's a big plus, especially considering how much cavalry I have sitting back. The hero is going to be annoying to take out, but not impossible. So let's see it. Let's move up with my halberdiers, pin these guys down. And hopefully I can slip by with my infantry and catch these guys out. Here we go. This is looking alright. How are my knights doing? Way over here. I don't want to get caught out by those swordsmen, so we'll pull back for a second first. And then let's go ahead and deal with those handgunners up top. Looks like the knights are nearly down. But I will need to deal with these handgunners over here before they become a problem. Staunch line of spears, indeed. They're doing alright. Let's see, catching a few more handgunners and whatnot. But alright, what's important though is to take the pressure off of here. These guys shooting at my crossbowmen are a big pain. But once they're down, we're in a much better position. Most of the knights are gone. And nice, we're gonna get a good old big sandwich over here. Alright, for the general though, it's a bit of a different issue. If I can land shots from this position, that's fine. But if he's sort of too bogged in with my infantry, that will become a bit annoying to actually hit him here. Looks like a few shots are going out, so I'll keep up with that. I'm still trying to figure out what the best composition against Grimgor is though. He's gonna be a little bit of a menace. See over here, the Lord's taking good damage. Let's blob up on the infantry though, and if I can sneak just a couple knights past these great swords, that'd be a big win. Come on, just a little bit of a sneaking. Hopefully they don't charge me. It looks like they don't. Alright, there we go. And we can close in on those guys. Sweet. At this point, it's just a couple Empire Knights in the back left. And then hopefully I can push the AI into some army losses in a second. Yeah, Empire Knights are really slow. They only have 66 speed. It is not impressive in the slightest. Alright. Oh man, actually, we're losing our infantry fight over here. That's pretty scary. Let's see. Can we fire? Looks like my guys are losing line of sight. I'm gonna have to reposition to get that a little bit better here. It's gonna be up to these spearmen to try and hold as best as they can. Honestly, I think we might have just lost this battle. It's gonna be close. It depends on how much ammunition I have left, really. Here we go. Let's see. Can I shoot at their lord? He's sort of the biggest issue currently. Empire Knights are better than Dread Knights. The fact that they don't rampage is a big plus. See, the mortars are nearly out of ammunition. Oh my goodness, the leadership. The leadership of these guys is intense. What do I have here? A couple more spears. Let's pull them around. Ooh, nice. A few knights picked up to take out the mortars. That's a big plus. But honestly, I think this Talayan army is gonna win the siege battle. It will be still an okay trade, and it's not a major settlement, but it does sort of suck. I would have liked to have held it. All right, so we're taking out the infantry first. There's a ton of handgunners there, though. There's not much I can really do to deal with them. Oh, darn it. Oh, it's the legendary difficulty stat boost. Brutal. You like Dread Knights, just a couple in an army? They're pretty good. Actually, in multiplayer, Dread Knights have had a bit of a resurgence. they've become a little bit more popular overall. But alright. A decentish trade. Hopefully these guys kill the nearby rebellion so we don't have another Empire army on our hands. Alright, alright. Oh boy. Oh boy. What do we got over here? More Southern Realms armies, but sweet, we made it to the end turn. That's what's important here. Alright. Where is Grimgor? He's all the way over here. We're gonna have to keep slowing him down. Oh my gosh, a critical failure. Grimgor, why? Oh, right. Well, in the meantime. Do we have a... When is that building gonna be done? One turn before we can get those Hellblasters online. I'm thinking I still want some handgunners. But do I want Demogryph Knights? I think I will try them out. 2 Demogryph Knight Halberds to try it out. I have no money left. So we're gonna have to win a few battles. Or we're gonna have to lose Volkmar's army, one or the other. You feel like Dread Knights are just way too slow? They are pretty slow overall. Oh wow, there was an ambush there. They almost got me. Wow, alright. These guys, man. These guys. Money's real tight right now, it is. Let's see. I think if I can win this battle decisively with the lightning strike, then the next one should be pretty straightforward. Auto-resolve. The power of Burning Head on the handgunners is the big win here. Not to mention I have a million Hellstorm rocket batteries at the ready. And then I need to send a 20 stack over to Grimgor to show him who's boss. Hopefully he hasn't allied with the Tomb Kings. Because if he has, he'll basically be impossible to take out with the Tomb Kings supporting him. It might be better just to have a frontline war against Grimgor without actually pushing into his territory for a while. That is a questionable choice. I'll think about that for a bit. Okay, but here we go. The real heroes, the casters. They're gonna have their work cut out for them. But they're used to it at this point. Alright. Let's try this out. Gonna hit him with the Burning Head. And a pretty good one at that. And let's see, the Knights I'm not worried about because I have good old handgunner line ready to blast them. Man, I always forget. I always forget how much easier these armies are to face than the dwarves. Life is so much easier here compared to fighting, you know, armies with a million armor and so on. It really is just the fact that I have a lot more effective spells that I can cast. The troops rout off way easier. It's just a much better time overall. Alright, so I think we're good on this front. I can even start getting my flagellants engaged. Let's go ahead and get one more Burning Head for the road. And we should be okay. That was a bit of an inefficient Burning Head, honestly. Probably should have hit this blob where my warrior priests are, but I guess they have soul fires. So that should work just fine too. Plus Wind Blast actually does damage, which is nice. Hey, pretty good Burning Head too. Alright. You hate Grimgor so much? You installed 3 mods that nerf him. Dang, oh my gosh. What faction do you usually play? I presume the dwarves, if you're hating on Grimgor, since there aren't too many factions that start nearby him. Or maybe the Empire, perhaps? Guess there's a few options. Alright, but okay. Pretty clean battle. Yeah, these human armies are not an issue. The biggest thing that we have to worry about is everything else. The Dark Elves, the Greenskins, and the Dwarves. Norska's a little bit distracted right now, thankfully. The blonde wig. Ah, yes. I'm sure most of you guys have seen the blonde wig mod for Grimgor. It's a fun one. I've seen it. Isolated sushi. If you can find me saying that I would do the coding stream at 10k, I'll do like a coding ask me anything probably. Where I can run some calculations on Warhammer and you can get some cool graphs. I feel like that would actually be pretty fun. But I remember saying something about it, but I feel like the coding stream I feel like I forget what the grounds of the agreement were. I'll have to jog my memory, I think. Alright, so that went pretty well. Pretty good fight. We can hit up this army again, finish them off, and then head down south and take the moot again. Oh hey, and we have another deckhand. Matt, thank you so much, good sir. I should add you to the deckhand memberships list. The list right now actually is starting to get pretty crazy. There are actually there's a lot of members out there. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting the channel. But all right, the moot, it is ours again. You said you would do it on Twitch. That complicates things, doesn't it? Well, you know, I'll think of something. The thing is, the sub count grows so quickly, I just don't have a lot of time to prepare for all of these events and stuff. Like, I haven't been able to really do a celebration thing for subs. I don't know. But I feel like, you know, maybe an Ask Me Anything could be fun. Ask me anything while I code. And, you know, just it's sort of the usual research that I do for videos too. We can calculate the effects of minus 24 melee defense. How useful is what's it called? What is that ability called? Plague of Rust. You can see the effects of Plague of Rust on different armies. There's a lot to play around with for sure. Now the Norskan tide is starting to come on in. Kislev is fairly well garrisoned, but still a little bit sketchy. Looks like these guys are gonna hit up the Ostermark guys, I think they're called. Small plus. Over here, another settlement. We're retaking a little bit of land here. Making a little bit of cash, but what's way more important is Volkmar. And as we had just sacked these settlements, it's not the best income ever, but this'll do. There we go. Good old sack on Doomkeep. And even I could march over here to get to Sorrel encampment faster. The troll stack, I like it. Very fitting for being in Norska too. Trolls in the giant. So that's going all right. And over here, this guy can start slowing down the Norskans. Pretty good. Pretty good, except for the fact that I am about to go into negative money. Also known as debt. I've really got to stop making buildings. They're so expensive. Alright. Grimgore. What's your next move? If I distract him enough and the dwarves kill him, that would be just... that would be just the best, wouldn't it? You allowed Malekith to live and tank chaos for you. It's a good strat. It's a good strat, and then you just swoop on in and end him. Yeah. There's Rakarth. He's at the Black Pit. That's okay. Oh, Boris is back again? Oh my goodness. Rip Volkmar. Against a troll stack, I wouldn't really say Rip Volkmar. Not like that's a legendary lord or anything. Am I the only one who thinks the Norskans just overall suck? I don't know. It depends on what viewpoint you're talking about here for the Norskans. This army should be fine. It's a single dwarf stack. Yeah, if anything, the Norskans are outdated. Dramatically so. Alright. Yeah, the dreaded Dread Spear stack. I love that, Anthony. But the fact that this army has 2 gyro bombers means that it's more annoying, but not exactly more scary. We can simply position our Hellstorm rocket batteries like so. And it's the same strategy as usual. Just the usual bread and butter. Okay. Here we go, let's try it out. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We got some flame cannons, an organ gun, and an organ gun. Interesting. These guys are gonna have a bit of their work cut out for them. I guess if we slam right into the middle, that's okay. Most of these won't be able to hit them since they're on horses. That will muck up with the line of sight of the AI. But preferably they can hit the range units, especially those thunderers. I guess the iron breakers are also a really good option here. So let's go ahead and dive it just right on into one of them. Now, the thing I have to be careful about is the gyro bombers, as they are able to just shoot up my wizards with impunity if I'm not careful here. But nothing a Tormentor Sword can't fix. This Flamestorm could potentially help me out a lot too. And now that they're close enough with a bit of retargeting on the Hellstorms, hopefully we can do alright here. Yeah, I think things are going okay-ish. There's a bit of an issue that my warrior priests are taking a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and save them a bit. There are some slayers in here that I do have to worry about. And I think maybe a burning head is in order here. I'm not sure. Oh, it's Ungrim. It's Ungrim, I should have known. That means it's time to bail out, because we do not want to be fighting Ungrim in a blob surrounded by infantry. Each and every single hit from him will hurt like crazy. So I think the burning head won't do a lot of damage, but will knock down quite a few of them. And that should make life easier for me to escape. Sweet. And now the run begins. We've done enough damage to the infantry where I'm not too worried. We can run back to the handgunners and then get our cavalry to flank the artillery. Oh my gosh, why is he moving so slow? What does he have applied on him? Not much. I think he's just getting hit by a lot of damage. Alright. See, meanwhile, Gyro Bomber. Is it too close to the handgunners? It's decent. Man, the AI with the dodge, because I accidentally moved closer to it. But I think one more volley should get it down. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Wait, is he on foot? Oh, he's not a proper... Yeah, he's on foot. Ah, that's the problem, isn't it? Oh, wait, no, this is Heinz. Why is he so slow?
Without delay.
Is it... Oh, yeah, it's just because of the gyro bomber. Wow, look at that. Alright. Well, pretty interesting. But he will make it out alive out of there. Man, I was so confused what was up with Heinz. My goodness. Usually he can get out of there a lot easier. Imagine this battle with 5 to 7 Hellstorms. It's true, it's true. I still don't think dwarves are the main menace though. Like the greenskins, I don't know how well Mass Hellstorm will do against them. That's the problem. Greenskins they have a ton of mobility, which will ruin you real good. All right, but there we go. We managed to win the battle. It was a little bit sketchy for a second, but we did make it. Ungrim once again, gonna be meeting his fate at the hands of roughly 300 handgunners. Let's see how long he survives. It's gonna be a while, but he'll go down eventually. Actually, it's gonna be a little while before he goes down, but whatever. And come on, take him out. Take him out, take him out. Organ guns decimated the cav. They did. Losing the cav sucks a little bit, but we can live with it. Yeah, the Dark Elves don't have that many high tier settlements nearby, so they're not recruiting the scariest armies. All right, so we did lose all of our cavalry. We did manage to run down a few of the artillery pieces. The dwarves, they'll be hurting a tiny bit. It's a small win, and Ungrim is going to be giving us 2,200 gold. Not bad. Not bad in the slightest. Alright, Norskans moving on in. Now, like I said, we don't plan on holding Prague. I don't think I can at this point. So, now we wait. Okay, so Norskans are chilling at Prague. I will want to hold Kislev, though. The thing is, I need to send an army to deal with the Greenskins, and then that eats up basically my entire war budget there. Honestly, I'd rather have the 1,500 gold. Okay, but it looks like this expedition towards the west is going a little bit better now. Now, the dwarves, I would love to just end them, but the problem is that Grimgor is just... he's just here. He's just here being a big old problem. And we're still recruiting at Transylvania. I like the Demogryph Knights. I like the Hellblaster volley guns. I'm gonna try going pretty heavy on them, honestly, because of how strong they are versus cavalry. And then the Demogryph Knights just do cleanup. It's gonna be a very expensive army, but if it can win against Grimgor, it's totally worth it. Okay, I'll take it. Did we get any artillery? No, we didn't. That's a shame. Over here we have we can win this fight, right? This should be, yeah, very straightforward. Nice. Okay, did we steal artillery? We didn't. But that's a small win. We're pushing again. Let's see. But it really depends. The further we go this way, the more we're sort of just ignoring the greenskin problem. Yes, I will have a single army there to deal with them, but it is just a single army at the end of the day. Let's see. It hurts, but I don't want to sit through a very long siege battle. We'll sack and occupy. Okay. And then, to make up for it, I can simply go over here and just scout for any nearby armies. I think most of the dwarves are... Oh, no. There is still one army of dwarves here. It looks like they just barely can't make it to Averheim, though, so that's okay. As long as we get our one turn of replenishment here, we will be just fine. I will pick up another unit of handgunners, though. Aren't Hellblasters crappy machine guns? Well, yeah, but machine guns are pretty great. Alright, so that actually got us a good amount of cash flow. What do we want to do about these settlements up north? Am I particularly worried about them? Not really. I think Tinley could start dealing with the Norskan front. Yeah, I think he will. That's gonna be the plan. Alright, Tinley, you're relocating. You got Norskans to hunt down. And I should probably assault their units too, just to slow them down at Prague. I said I wasn't going to defend Prague, but if we do manage to defend it, it will be worth it. Okay. Sweet. So that's going all right. We have this army here. We might as well kill them just in case. There we go. Gets us a little bit more money too.
In his name.
Yeah. All the people managing the economy in the empire, they're not having a great time. But you know, we haven't run out of money yet. Not for the longest time. So I think the mass debt strategy is working to an extent. I should probably loot and occupy a lot of these settlements, right? Just to really lower their level. I guess they will become ruins later anyways, but anyways. Still pretty good. Norska is having a huge hit to their income. Like, we just took their entire center area. Volkmar has actually been doing really well there. Franz, in the meantime, could hit up some more settlements too, I believe. And actually, Nuln is almost gone. They're down to, what, 3 settlements? 4 settlements. Wissenland. Where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I could take out Wissenland. That's pretty cool. Let's try doing some of that action, why don't we? Alright. In the meantime, let's go ahead and lightning strike. Technically, I'm leaving this army alive. And that's just a mistake I'm gonna have to live with. The thing is, though, you know, they will be a little bit of a burden, right? They're gonna have to retreat to Talabheim. I'll pretend that was a good choice. I should have lightning strike them first, but whatever. We have a campaign to win. Okay, we're bouncing back, guys. Big problem though, greenskins are still nearby. Grimgore's gonna be sieging Red Eye Mountain soon. That's going to be a loss of not that much money, but it still definitely hurts. Oh boy. Alright, how about here? What does this give me? Wizards, recruit rank, and luminarchs. That is awful. That is terrible. Why would I ever do that? Alright. There's no point really upgrading that either. It's sort of just like a worse version of the moot, admittedly. Over here, definitely want the income building. And then we're gonna save the rest of our money so we don't go bankrupt. Sounds like a plan, guys. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, minus one faction, we did it! We did it! The one faction is gone. Alright. What's it? Yeah, Hellblasters are okay. They actually do have a decent amount of direct damage. Go for Altdorf. Eventually. I need to clear a few things up before I can safely do that. Hello, Grimgore. I see you've come with the Wurzag reinforcement army. My goodness, Grimgore. What is this madness? Oh my goodness. He's taken a good swath of land, isn't he? And the thing is, the fact that Grimgore is pushing in this direction makes it so that the dwarves are sending more armies my way. Plus one faction because of the scalings. Yeah, the other Norskan sub-faction. I wonder how that will play out. Because generally Norskans, like the smaller Norskan sub-factions aren't that aggressive, right? I'm not that worried about these guys. I don't know, we'll see. They only have a tier 2 settlement, so at least I have a bit of time. Plus. Here we go.
Tremble before me.
Yep. They will tremble, Volkmar. And that's another 8,000 gold. So Volkmar is paying for himself. As long as he's able to constantly sack these settlements, he is indeed paying for himself. We can go for the loot and occupy it. Bring it down to tier 3. Oh, actually, that's the same as occupy. Whatever. I guess it'll rebel a bit faster. We did get the 1 turn of replenishment here, which is good. So, do we continue to push or do we double back? We have Rupert over here. And we have the Norskans that have shown up. I think I have 1 turn to let this guy sort of rampage a bit. But then we could be okay. It depends on how this siege battle goes. But I do have a bit of time. Oh boy, it's getting this end is getting a little bit sketchy, admittedly. Especially like all these champions. Not a fan of those guys. But first things first, if I could select my hero, there we go. I think we can take a lightning strike here and then maybe fight the other guy and get an auto resolve. Slondorf. Slondorf has fallen. It's been replaced with Malekith. We've never seen Talea do so well. Their strength rank, Talea is strength rank 10. The top 10 strongest factions in the entire world right now. That is Talea. Sweet. That's a good auto resolve if I've ever seen one. So that pushes back the Norskans even more. There's not another army to the north. This is great. This is great, guys. I could not ask for a better situation. Definitely not. All right. Now Operation Wipe Out the Dwarves in the Mountains is underway. Karak Hearn is the first one. And probably Fyldorf. Dang, Fyldorf is tier 5. Look at that. I should go and take me some Fyldorf, shouldn't I? Here we go. First things first. The auto resolve on these guys that take a lot of damage at Ishento. Strategy. Over here, I can damage the walls of Fyldorf. That's not really needed considering my artillery. But I think I have the magic and the Hellstorm rocket batteries to take it. And this could potentially be another strong staging point. I don't know if it's overextending. There are a lot of enemies nearby. Also, by the way, Orion got kicked out of the big tree. Don't ask about it. But I think this is pretty good. And I do plan to sack the settlement. Just because it's... I don't really need tier 4. Tier 3 is good enough here. But do I need to hold the location? Probably not, right? It's not like it's going to be giving me positive income for the longest time. I think I just sack and occupy and move on. Damage walls helps with the auto-resolve. That's true. It's just I don't think I could ever auto-resolve against these guys. Okay, so... Which gate is easier to bust down? I guess these two, so that there's none of that insane battlement by the gate. Strangely enough, the gate is harder to siege than the wall because of weird targeting issues. So we'll settle for this. And I guess we just get started. I can heal while we wait for my artillery to do well. Alright. Maybe a couple of regrowths. One of these guys had healing, right? Yeah. Alright. But overall, this should be pretty straightforward. We have lots of artillery, and then I can move in and hit them with some magic. Like so. Edge dwarf sounds better. That one's a weird one, I don't know. But okay, yeah, I just want to get them to go into the courtyard if possible. Make things real awkward for their own troops to position, and then hit them with the pyromancer. Actually, if I can just fly them right on over, it might be alright. Took a little bit of damage from that, but still okay. We'll just have to heal up. Spearmen versus Ironbreaker sounds balanced. Pretty rough. Pretty rough indeed. It's just that I do have my heroes, so we can sort of do the same tactic that we have been in the open battles. Just moving in with the heroes, blobbing them up, and then winning from there. The Hellstorm rocket batteries can just sort of sit in position and fire away as needed, but mostly it's going to be the heroes and the casters that do the work here. If I can get my handgunners in there, it would make things a lot easier too, but that is still a bit of an unknown. Come on, get there. Okay, and warrior priests are in. I think this is a dwellers below situation. Seems like slightly better in my favor, and now begins the endless spellcasts. Here we go. We'll leave it on ×2. This shouldn't be too difficult overall. Then I think Flamestorm should be able to clear these guys up. Some Rangers. One of the only dwarf units with low armor. They do actually hurt from Burning Head quite a bit. So you can reliably get a lot of damage there. They'll also take damage from Wind Blast, which is nice because I happen to have one. So sweet. Camping right now is the Dread Fleet. You love Queen Bess for the siege. Queen Bess is one of the best siege tools in the game, indeed. It is amazing. Alright, another Burning Head. Let's see, none of the Hellstorm rocket batteries are firing here, which I find a bit strange. But I can get my handgunners in. They should be able to help. And with the warrior priests actually taking a little bit of damage, I think I'm going to move in and support them. I think there's a Thane in here. No, there's actually a dwarf hero. That's a problem. Let's see. These guys are probably going to need to evacuate then. Let's go ahead and force path our way out of here. It's going to be a little bit awkward, but I think they can just barely squeeze through. And then hopefully the handgunners can clean things up. It's too bad the Hellstorm rocket batteries can't get good line of sight. But, yeah, we'll just sort of keep pushing this position. And hope that the handgunners can take out the lords and the heroes and so on. They do have some troll hammers on the wall too that I'll need to deal with. I guess the wizards are decent for that. Yeah, I do have like a few fireballs I can spam at them. Oh wait, no, but they have insane resist. I forgot about that. Also, sorry for the flashing blast scroll. There we go. I'll look away from it. For some reason, blast, when you cast it on a wall, sometimes it will just really bug out and just have insane flashing. So I try not to look at it. What's the #1 siege tool? Mortars are probably one of the best for the Empire. If you can spam those out, you'll mostly be alright. Steam tanks are alright because they can charge into melee when they need to. Also, hey, we actually killed the guys on the wall. That's new. I need to get my handguns in range of these heroes, so that's the big problem. These Thunderers and so on are so beat up, they're not really an issue. Campaign movement buffs. Oh, yes. Yeah, when you're playing as a Vampire Coast, you have so many movement buffs, you just max out. You're basically on march stance all the time. It's crazy. Okay, I think things have cleared up enough where the handgunners can start spilling in now. These guys are just going to distract the heroes for a quick second while my main guys move on in. And if need be, I will Tormentor Sword. Don't Steam tanks have infinite ammo on the Steam Cannon? They do, so if you really wanted to cheese things out, you can also do that. Fireballs versus Iron Drakes. Yeah. Apparently I didn't learn my lesson from last time. Alright. What are we looking at here? Some more hammerers fighting. Not a single problem. Handgunners are actually in the courtyard now, so this is the beginning of the end for the dwarves in this siege battle. There we go. Good focus fire on their lord. One more and he'll be down. There we go. Do I have another Tormentor Sword? Not quite yet, but now I do. Let's hit him with it. And focus fire. Maybe, there we go. Better focus fire. Nice. Okay. Sweet. There we go. Handgunners can hard carry from here. Ooh, although a few more dwarf units are spilling in this way. Send them with the Flamestorm. Go. Volkmar 2 can be really cheesy. Well, you know, cheesing isn't bad. Like right now, this is technically cheese. If I'm not rushing the walls with melee infantry, it is cheesy, especially when you consider how much magic I'm casting here. Cheese is more of the eye of the beholder. Yeah, it will vary from person to person. But alright. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see, what is left here? I guess there's a million artillery pieces on the capture point. I'll want to deal with that at some point. Maybe the Hellstone rocket batteries could. Let's move those guys up and see if we can hit them with the Hellstone rocket batteries. I lost a unit of spears. But anyways, that's not a problem. And once the Hellstone rocket battery is hitting the main capture point, I think we're okay. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get infinite damage on sieges. Especially with dwarves nowadays, since they have the runesmiths. Rune of Wrath and Ruin on infinite casts is pretty crazy for them dwarves, I gotta say. Whoopsie daisy, that's a misclick. And there we go, the nets, the dwellers. And we're good. We might be able to even hit them with army losses if we're lucky. And here we go. Hellstone rocket batteries away. Let's see if we can fire over there. Yes, I think that is the true quote. I think I've heard of that one before. Alright. So organ guns are going to go down. I can swoop in. Actually, my handgunners have used most of their ammunition in this battle. That's a little bit crazy. But I think army losses just kicked in, so nice. Oh, goodness. We're back! We're back in the Gelt lands, guys. Oh my gosh. Engineers with the Great Cannon, Flame Cannon combo. Yep. Flame Cannons are crazy. Crazy, crazy strong. So Heinz has done a good job over here. He's been able to do some nice cleanup. He's winning fights against the dwarves, which is really big. I really want to get to the point where the dwarves stop spawning armies from these mountains. And we can start by taking Fildorf. That's definitely a big win. The dwarves are split up in two different directions though. One over here, Karak Hearn, and one over here at Karak Norn. If I take out this trifecta of settlements, they can no longer build units higher than tier 3 here, which would make life so much easier. You know, they'll be spamming minor stacks essentially. That would be huge. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. So let's go ahead and try and secure that. Why don't we? Franz at Kemperbad with his budget stack should be fine. As a rule of thumb, cheese happens when you use a strat that abuses the gaps in the AI, which is it is almost impossible not to cheese the AI. It's just a level of cheese that you want to commit to.
They will be judged.
Don't forget to toss in a life wizard. Which army? I don't know which one we're talking about here. All right. Oh, this Grimgore screaming in the distance. That's wonderful.
True servant.
Let's see over here. Nice. We can get the full army next turn, and we can take out these guys when they decide to attack the settlement. We have just an insane amount of money now to spend as we wish. And over here, I think being able to recruit handgunners is also a good idea. Nice. And Zufbar with the tier 4. This is it, guys. This is it. We're getting the growth then. But we still have a Grimgore stack barreling down in on us. The Norskans are distracted though, which has bought me a little bit of time. And somehow, someway, Boris has been revived yet again due to my shenanigans. But I'm thinking we take out these 3 dwarf settlements. They're bound to Kireza Karak. Hopefully they decide to fight Grimgore instead of me, and they act as a little bit of a buffer state. If they do decide to go for me, they'll just die to Grimgore. And then things will get rough. But yes, things are looking nice. I would say things are under control, and we finally have a tier 5 settlement at Transylvania. This is our first tier 5 in the entire campaign, guys. In the entire campaign. It's crazy. But, yeah. Can you cheese in multiplayer? You can, but most forms of OP cheese are banned by a standard format. In terms of quick battle, though, technically, yes, you can cheese quite hard. Wanted to try Rapon's single entity spam army, but it's a little tough to get off the ground. The single entity spam armies can be a little bit hard to really take off. Take Elfdorf? Hopefully. It's been a while, but we can actually get back there very soon. Sweet. Look at this army. Look at that glorious amount of gunpowder going on. We do win this, right? Yeah. Sweet. Preferably, we auto-resolve against Grimgore and we're fine. Whether or not that's possible, though, I guess we'll find out. But this is probably the strongest 20 stack I've made yet, aside from the fact that there's no wizard in here. And there won't be for a while. That's actually a bit of a problem, but aside from that, you know, it's not terrible. This guy wants to go over here to deal with them. The Southern Realms, who are no longer in the south. These guys over here. Come on, give me the auto-resolve. It says I'm going to lose my warrior priests. Can't have any of that, can we? Let's play it out. Near 400 turns, yes. And a tier 5 settlement, finally. But as you said, you should not abuse the AI's incompetence. It's a mixed bag. If you do anything, you are abusing the AI's incompetence. Because, you know, it's very hard to make a perfect AI. So, yeah, you just have to choose a level of how you want to play and stick with it. But okay, this is a nice sort of pretty chill battle, I think. Especially because we get to sit back and heal while the Hellstone rocket batteries do most of the work. I don't think they just have one mortar, which is quite easy to deal with. So now we wait. These guys can chill and give themselves their ward save. They'll be fine. And then once those handgunners line up, we're gonna melt their faces in. There we go. Amazing. Look at that. And just like that, all the handgunners are almost routing. Very, very good. Cavalry's not a problem. Let's see. Is there another... See, the thing is, this army doesn't have a lot of wind spells. Makes things a little bit more awkward. I guess I can stick to my flame storms, but that's a little bit less. Well, flame storms are still pretty exciting, but you know. The cooldowns make it take so much longer, though. Alright, there we go. Army losses. And yes, I'm going to execute this lord, so that we don't have to deal with him later in the next auto-resolve. Alright. Age of Empires 2 AI is great. It's pretty good. I think it's still abusable, though, but... Making very intelligent AI is extremely expensive and doesn't always work out in the way you would hope for. What's important is that the AI is fun to play against. And honestly, the Warhammer AI holds up. At least for most players. It's difficult enough. It can play on the ladder and get convincing results. Adapted strategy. Are we talking about Age of Empires 2 AI? Oh, actually, yeah, no, that's true. I was thinking Age of Empires 4. Yeah, Age of Empires 2 AI is pretty cool. Like, it's definitely very, very well developed compared to a lot of games, that's for sure. Yeah. But hey, look at that. That's a win over there. We can hit Karak Hearn, but it does mean leaving Faldorf to the whims of this army. If we block them, though, now they can't reach it, which means we can hit up Karak Hearn. Hopefully it's an undefended settlement. Yes. Yes. Give it to me. Oh, yes. Glorious. Glorious. Glorious settlement. That's a good cash inflow. I can't settle it, which is sort of the crummy part, but I can do that next turn. Over here in the distance, Franz is not going to take Altdorf just yet. We might as well wait for it to hit tier 5. I feel like it's got to be close at this point, right? Instead, I could take Flensburg. I don't know if there is a Talayan army there. Or we can take Grumberg. I guess this is a slightly safer bet. I lost the gambit. I should have attacked Grunberg, but you know, it's fine. Yeah, I saw some Age of Empires 2 AI tournaments. It's pretty sick. I like it. This is why I'd love to see like some open AI for the Warhammer, like the Total War AI. I feel like that could be really exciting. But okay, that's most of the Norskan settlements sacked at this point. Volkmar is just sort of looking for places now to hit up more. I guess the Altar of Storms is pretty nice. 3,000. The thing is, Volkmar's army sort of gets less and less useful as time goes on. If I do this, he becomes cheaper. And I think I will get rid of those regiments of renown, just so that he's still paying for himself. You know, otherwise it's not very worth it. And honestly, Norska's looking like it's having a very rough time. Now what's bad is that this army over here is coming in hot. Also, by the way, we have another tier 5 at Castle Tempelhof. But, you know, if we lose one settlement to Grimgor, I can sort of live with that. We already have built up a ton of other settlements elsewhere. So I'm not too beat up about losing one. Especially one that isn't a green territory for me. So nice. Where's that rebellion? Just here? That's a-okay. Alright, yeah, we got money again, guys. It just took a couple turns. Setbacks now should be fairly minor, now that we can recruit extremely dangerous 20 stacks. So that's a plus. Don't know why, but you just like the idea of running a 20 stack of single entities. It's pretty cool. It's like, it's the same idea as Vermintide. You know, you get to see extreme efficiency. It's great. Okay, and there's no way I'm gonna hold this. Like, I could fight Grimgore to get slightly better kills on him, but it's not worth it. 19 dragons in one life mage. The breath attacks alone could kill a 20 stack. The thing is, though, dragons can be a little bit janky. You have to be tiny bit careful about how you run with them. But obviously it's still great, especially Imric's dragons, who are just insanely strong. Rakarthan 19 monsters, no caster, nice. That's a good one. And this time we're not gonna get the chaos corruption. You know you're doing well when you can deny chaos, the chaos corruption. We finally evolved past that point. Okay, now Volkmar's looking for his next settlement. I think Varg Camp is a nice one. We'll capture the city and move through the waters to hit them up, but it looks like they are recruiting, so I think Volkmar's rampage should be ending soon. Karak hearn, hello! Goodbye, the rest of my spears. You served well. But the auto-resolve comes first. Alright, well, there you go. That is one extremely annoying... That's two extremely annoying dwarf settlements now out of the way. Franz over here. Gonna take out this army. Guys, this is it. This is like the ultimate snowball. We can't be stopped. We can't be stopped unless the Dark Elves show up and end us immediately. Yeah, we're gonna ambush over here. Hopefully we can take out Nuln, which is also a tier 5. That is huge for us. Is this a... Sure. I'll take it. I'll take the W. Alright, man, they're feeding me armies at this point, guys. The AI knows that the end has come. Alright, and then we're gonna get a little bit more pushing back and forth over here up in the north. Now recruiting some spears just to boost up that army a bit. We'll hit over here in a second. I think we have siege attacker with the Luminarch, which we do. Very good. And here we go. The 20 stack of the ages has come to end the greenskins. Let's give them a good fight. And then after that, we can sort of bounce back and push Grimgore around. Hopefully sending him back to the south from whence he came. Nice. Okay, sweet. Apparently Eshin got attacked by the wood elves. That's a shame. I'll repair it just to get the extra money. I think that's still worth it. And at least I don't have to look at the buildings being damaged all the time too. So pretty good. All right. And where's that rebellion? Up here. Oh, yes. This is good. 19 Grail Reliques. Yes. Well, you know, some of us have seen that already. Okai has blessed us with the 19 Grail Relique Doom stack. Is Tyrion still alive? I believe he is. But maybe not. He didn't show up in this thing, right? Or maybe it skipped over him? Tyrion might be dead. I'll double check. 19 zombies, yes. The 19 zombie stack. Alright. This should be a decent battle. I can choose not to fight it and wait to hit him in the open field, but you know what? Let's take the fight. Let's take the fight. Should be pretty good. And yeah, it's, you know, it's a good opportunity to heal up my heroes too. Sweet. Okay, and I think I'll just put these in the far back. This army's pretty beat up, honestly, but, you know, nothing a couple casters can't fix. Sweet. Let's move you here. Let's move these guys here. Actually, let's do some of this action, because you have that. Alright, and now we wait. Now we wait for them to slowly shuffle up towards me. Use zombies over skeletons. It just seem to grind longer. It's interesting. I don't know if they actually have more HP. You might just be mistaken there. But skeletons generally should be able to grind longer than zombies. I might be wrong on the HP front though. But that's how I think of it. Organ guns and troll hammer torpedoes, this seems extra sketch. Nah, we'll be fine. We got flamestorm shenanigans, we'll be okay. Plus the organ guns have a really hard time spotting over this hill, which makes life a little bit easier. Alright, pretty decent flamestorm. We're still waiting for the Hellstorm rocket batteries to get a firing. Let's give them some better targets. And continue pulling back. I'm sort of in no rush to... oh wow, that's a good flamestorm. That was a real good flamestorm, actually. That did a lot of damage. 19 Tomb King skeleton stack, also very interesting. You guys in your janky Doom stacks. Alright, so the troll hammers, they do actually take a lot of damage from dwellers below. It's not just a damage over time, it also has a direct damage effect, sort of like Spirit Leech. And it does actually hurt troll hammers a decent amount. It'll take out like a third of their HP just by clipping them. So overall, quite nice. Okay, and soon we'll be in handgunner range and things will be perfectly fine. Although the dwarves are getting precariously close. Still, they're not too worrying. As long as the organ guns aren't shooting at my handgunners, I'm happy. And just like that, the dwarves have been dealt with a bit of dancing back and forth with my heroes. Good time. 19 harpies, nice. Now, interestingly enough, a 19 goblin doom stack sounds bad, but then you remember that Grom exists. Can't finish a Tomb Kings campaign. They make the Dowie seem like a super fast growing faction. Yeah, Tomb Kings, I feel like the best way to play the Tomb Kings is to sort of just pass turns a lot and sort of just be fine with that, so that you can get your growth and build up a few armies before you actually push out. But I hear a lot of people really enjoy them. If this was Twitch chat, we could be betting on all the battles. Yeah, I wish YouTube had easier features to sort of play around with that. But unfortunately, YouTube is just the better platform for growth. For me anyways, right now. Yes, zombies are very readily available. That is a plus for them. Okay, but look at that. Volkmar with a distraction. He's distracting a whole 20 stack on his own. Of course, it's not that strong of a 20 stack, but he's distracting it nonetheless. Varg camp is going to get hit up soon. And hopefully Volkmar continues to do well. The dwarves no longer have a very strong stack nearby. So, I guess I just sort of double back. Filedorf is actually defended enough where they're not attacking it, which is great. So I guess we just move on over here. Get ready to hit up their other tier 5 settlement in the area. Franz. Gonna hit up Grunberg. That's actually a pretty large army. But the guys at Nuln don't have too many guys. In fact, it was just a spear stack. So not exactly a problem. And these guys don't have a full army yet either. Oh my gosh, this is it. So much growth after. We're finally getting some pretty nice streams of rampant growth. It's nice. But the greenskins, that's going to be a fight and a half, that's for sure. See, there's a Chilean army over there also that I'll have to worry about. I wonder where they're going to attack from, though. I guess we'll see. This guy in the meantime can just ambush, and if needed, he'll double back to defend. Alright, but I think this is it. This is the deciding of fates. Rocky Balboa in a rematch against Grimgor Ironhide himself.
I trust
Who will win it?
I will turn my gaze
We shall see. Let's see. Let's grab him.
Sigma.
Let's grab him. Let's move on in. And let's take a look at this. A valiant defeat. But is it valiant if we lightning strike? It isn't. It's an auto-resolve victory. Oh my gosh. All right, well, this is it. We've developed the ultimate Doom stack, guys.
I serve
It's over.
Sigma.
It's over. This campaign's done. We got this. We got this. All right. Well, sweet. A little bit anticlimactic, I know, but it does save a ton of time. So sweet. Sweet. That's it. That's it. It's we're doing it. We're done. So, we're not done the campaign, but I do have a call that I need to pick up in a little bit. So, I'll unfortunately have to leave you guys off there. We are currently in an amazing situation. If you take a look at the diplomacy, there are buts. We're back down to 43 factions left to kill. Let's see, 43 factions. You can see we're still declared war with everyone. Yeah, the campaign's not won, but the fact that we're able to auto-resolve an army like Grimgor's just like that means that it's all about the cleanup now. Franz is almost back home, and overall, we're feeling pretty good. Norska could bounce back later, but you know, we'll find a way to deal with them. And we finally have some tier 5 settlements. This is it. But the question is, can I actually finish off this campaign over the course of the week? I think I will. But there is a limited and counting clock. So thank you very much, guys, for coming in to watch. I will send you over to... let's see if anyone's streaming right now. Hopefully someone is. Can you sort by strength rank? Oh, yeah, of course. You know, right here. Boom. You can slow it down as you wish. But yeah, let's see if we can find anyone to send you guys over to. Let's see. Hey, there we go. Mercy the Mad is streaming right now. Nice. So you guys can go over and drop into his campaign if you're interested. It looks like it's a Max Runes Legendary campaign, so it should be quite fun. Let's see. Let me post a link directly to his video. You guys can. You know, you can just say hello in his chat, whatever you wish. And as you guys hop on out, thank you very much to all the members that support the channel, and specifically the deck gunners and fleet admirals who help very much. Rogelio Alonso, McWriter Face, Vavon 7, Isolated Tsushima, Danderer, Ed Tinley, Rocky Balboa, and Wrecked Noob 101. Thank you so much, guys. Your support helps me insanely a lot, and of course all the deck hands too. So I think that's it. Everyone hop on over to Mercy the Mad's stream and say hello. Bye bye. Don't forget to make a backup. Yes, don't worry, I made a backup. We're good. Peace out.